Welcome everybody to our latest session of the Restoration of Cariele. As usual, we'll do a quick recap of what occurred last week and then we'll get started. So team, you'll likely recall, last session we started off in the council chambers. You guys were wrapping up some of the petitioners. Specifically, you guys had met with, let's see here, you had met with Helena Glorybluff, and you were in the middle of meeting with her when we first picked up the session, and she was a representative of this historic assassin, might even say legendary assassin through the records, and she offered you to provide a name to her, and if the name that you provided matches the goals and the ambitions of this legendary assassin, that person would be killed. And there was actually no charge for this, which surprised several of our team members. Eventually, you guys, after discussing this for a bit, decided to settle on naming the serial killer of Cerilia, after confirming with Helena that that title would be good enough, and she said it would, and she then went on her way. You did notice, perhaps somewhat curiously, that she grasped the gem that is on the necklace around her neck tightly after the name was given, and then she got up and left. She had previously said that due to the nature of her business, you won't ever see her again, and everything has to be done very carefully and so forth. With her gone, the next individual that was brought into the chambers was Miss Evelyn Redstream, who is an academic, fairly young for an academic in this city. She had requested some nihiladium for research purposes. You guys spoke with her for a bit. Noticed that she had this sort of odd speaking pattern, and when that was pointed out and asked about, she mentioned something about having two mind paths, and one was working on talking to you guys, and one was working on science, whatever exactly that means. But after asking for some specifics, she mentioned that she thought there could be a lot of potential uses for the nihiladium. She didn't want to promise anything because she wasn't for sure that anything would come of this, but it was certainly possible that perhaps there could be something like tipped ammunition on arrows or bolts. Perhaps there would be ways to do something with ice breaking to prevent freezing in the very cold winters that Cariele faces. A lot of other potential things that she mentioned, but said obviously that would require some research. You guys decided to grant her 2 points worth of nihiladium, and she was happy to take that. And she worked out the specifics with Lord Tannen as far as when she will get it and all of those kind of things. You guys also had a petitioner, Doran Laughingsteel, who was supposed to come to council, but instead you guys said that, or I should say Councilor Tavern said he would meet with him individually. So that was sort of kind of sequestered away from the private meeting lists, and we jumped then to Milena Grimm. Milena is the individual that you guys have spotted before. She was a mercenary captain. So you've seen her at first in the camp of the guilds, and then also found her in a mercenary camp of perhaps a couple dozen armed men and women. You guys were curious to learn more about her. You knew she was coming to offer her services. She is the leader of a unit of cavalry, mercenary cavalry, and she did indeed offer that to you for hire. Typically, mercenary cavalry costs 6 gold bars for muster. She was offering to be hired for 5, so certainly less than normal, but still pretty expensive for an army unit. After speaking with her, you guys decided not to hire her. Overall, she seemed very blunt and very straightforward. She indicated that she got to her position through killing the right people, and when questioned, she said that no, she's not an assassin. She just kills people who don't deserve the positions that they're in. And then you guys specifically asked what her thoughts were about Vin being the ruler, and she indicated she thinks he's young and undeserving of his position. After a few other odd questions that were kind of back and forth, Milena eventually said, obviously you guys aren't interested, and decided to take her leave. With her having left, you guys chatted for a bit longer, and then decided that you were going to take up the previous month's petitioner, Dwally Greybelt, on his offer to travel to the Stonecrown Mountains to try to find a tunnel that would be under the mountains and perhaps lead from one side of the mountains all the way to the other side. He has mentioned that This could be very beneficial depending on where exactly these mountain exits are, how far they go. There's always been rumors that some tunnels lead almost from one end of Anweer to the other if you know how to take the right paths and things. Others say no, certainly nothing that extensive, but they do go kind of far. So he's trying to confirm the existence of perhaps a pretty long path, at least across the mountains. And if that is located, that certainly opens up potentials, perhaps for trade, but also to let you guys know that the threat on the other side of the mountains, which primarily comes from Markazor, you might want to be more prepared for that, or just being aware of what might be at your doorstep. Knowing is half the battle, as they say. So after having made some last minute arrangements in town and acquired like the armor that Blixel had crafted for him, and you guys took care of some other odds and ends, we passed a couple of days by. You eventually decided to leave for the expedition. It was a few days after, or actually 2 days after. Nope, sorry, it was 4 days after your session of council. So 2 days after the session of council, you were made aware that Arthur had been slain. Remember, Arthur was the city guardsman that you guys had sent, or particularly Vin had sent, to try to track down this individual who stole something from Moriad. And the more specifically asked for that to be returned. You guys said you would be on it, try to track that criminal down. Unfortunately, Arthur was brought back by one of his men. And that individual said he was the only one that survived, and that all of the others were indeed killed by that criminal. So you guys are curious about that, trying to gather some additional information, but hard to say exactly where that criminal might be. A couple days later, then, you guys did decide to go on this expedition, so you left on the 24th of Faniel and made your way across the plains of Cariele, traveling to the southeast. As you guys traveled across the plains, you found it was very much unremarkable, not a whole lot going on here. If there were any kind of threats in the area, they certainly seemed to leave your party alone. This party was fairly large because there was the 6 of you, plus there were 5 of you since Vin stayed back, and then there were 10 members of the expedition. So altogether, 15 members as you guys traveled from Carolinian to the southeast. You traveled overnight, slept out one night, woke up early the next day, and then got to the mountains within a few hours. And once you got there, you started checking out areas, seeing what you could find. Eventually, Dean actually was able to spot this very well hidden entrance into the Stone Crown Mountains. It was essentially like around a twisting of the earth. Even looking at it from, say, 20 feet away, you wouldn't be able to tell there's an entrance there. You have to essentially be right on top of it to realize, yeah, it dips down and then goes further in, at which point it was an entrance to the underground tunnels of the Stone Crown Mountains. So having discovered that entrance, you guys made your way inside, and the first thing you spotted pretty much right away upon entering was that you were in these dark tunnels. It was very much raw, unworked stone. Whether or not there's been people down here anytime recently was pretty difficult to ascertain. Shortly thereafter, you did run into a room that was filled with some mushroom growth, some vegetation growth, and it seemed as though this vegetation growth was giving off quite a bit of light. And it was yellowish light, and the light even pulsed every now and again. It's almost like a strobe effect or a pulse effect. You guys were curious about this, seeing if it was anything dangerous, but ultimately it didn't seem to be dangerous. You guys were able to determine that this was pretty common kind of underground growth, and so nothing really to worry about, at least from the growth itself. Dean did take a small sample as best he could to see if maybe he could do some study or research on this at a later time. And then the group continued on. The group was being essentially moving as a slow mass, while the 2 scouts would travel ahead of the group and try to spot out what they could and find out any dangers, that sort of thing. For the early part of the trip underneath the mountain, it was very linear, so there wasn't a whole lot of need for scouting. But eventually you came to a spot where the path kind of broke out into 2. You had Alice go one way and Griffin go the other, the 2 scouts. Alice returned fairly quickly, saying that the tunnel just extends and seems to go quite a distance. She took it for maybe 100 feet or more before she came back to say, like, yeah, it keeps going if we want to go that way. Griffin didn't come back immediately, but eventually he did, moving at a very quick pace. And when you spotted him, he had indicated that he saw something sort of peering over this pile of rubble or pile of stacked rocks. It looked like it had a sort of a ballooned up face, and it was wearing a helmet. You guys asked a bit more questions about it and asked for sure, did the creature see him? And he said, oh, yes, for sure. So you guys then debated on what to do, either take the path that Alice found and just keep going that way, but you didn't want to have enemies at your back, so you decided to enter this area. I believe we had both Serena and I think it was Tavard who sort of just scouted this area additionally. And as they got a little bit closer, noticed these pile of rocks. It was Serena who was able to see this figure, presumably the same figure that Griffin spotted. And again, it seemed to be hiding behind these rocks. So she returned with Tavard to the full group. Full group decided to go this way and see what they could find. So as the full group approached, the 6 of you, and I think it was Serena who was sort of calling out and basically trying to get this individual's attention and let them know that you're not here for fighting or you're just, kind of passing through. But this creature turned out to be an Orog, and you're not even sure if it speaks Anwirian at all. Very likely not, because it seemed to speak in its Orcish language as it shouted something, and you found yourself under attack by several different of these orcs. And you're looking down a long tunnel where arrows seemingly are flying from the north to the south towards you, striking into you as you guys are kind of trying to push in. And most recently, there was an orc at the end of the tunnel who seemed to be dressed in what looks like tribal attire, and he used some magic to cause the earth to erupt around you, injuring several of you and upheaving the earth there, creating a large section of difficult terrain. And that's where we left off, folks. I'm sure I missed some stuff there in the middle. Is there anything anybody would like to add?
Just for reminder, we did suggest to mark our way in the caves with chalk, and it's written in Dwarvish or something, but we tried to mark our direction where the exit is.
Yes, indeed. Good addition. You guys did indeed have chalk with the expedition brought. Dwali offered it to you all. I think it was to Blixel, who sort of turned it down, and then Dwali said he would make the marks. So, yeah, he's essentially drawing arrows and things of the way you guys came and putting letters representing the foliage that you found underground, and you presume he'll continue to do that moving forward. Yep, a good addition. Go ahead and take inspiration. Anything else?
Who wants it? Or who needs it?
I don't have it on Thorn, but I did have one. We'll see if I get it. I was going to say when we spoke to Evelyn, the scientist lady, she mentioned that she was from Carolinian, that she lived there, and that she had a very meager laboratory. So the council discussed potentially in the future upgrading that, and she even mentioned some things about school and whatnot. So just a potential for growth within Cariele, essentially, but something to remember. She's a smart scientist lady that Blixel definitely didn't like.
Yes, indeed. Good addition as well. Go ahead and take inspiration for Thorn. Yes, Miss Redstream had indicated that she would love to see more of a money placed towards education, that her lab was okay, but not great. And if there was actually money invested in it, who knows what you could learn and what she could sort of turn back to you all in the form of advanced learning and perhaps even inventions. Alrighty, if nothing else, then we left off in battle, so we'll get back over there, but let me go ahead and deal everybody one card.
I'm going to do a mic check.
We hear you.
Cool.
Hey, Bill, do you need inspiration? Do you have an empty spot?
Yeah, I got one right now, so
Okay, I'll give it to you, Bill.
Yeah, who knows? I may need it. Thanks, brother.
Thanks, Adam.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so we will get you guys back over into the thick of things. As you guys know, we're missing 2 players today, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and control the 2 players just to get us through this point. And then assuming that they're able to get through this battle, and you all get through this battle, they're going to find a convenient reason to sort of follow the bulk of the expedition force and just protect them, because boy, it's dangerous down here. And so you guys will be on your own at that point. But yeah, that's what we'll do for now, just to keep things flowing forward.
That reason's probably going to be that Blixel's getting his ass beat by the look of his HP bar.
He is definitely hurting, yes. Okay, and we will pick up at the top of the round.
Adam, is there any way you could... Oh, I'm sorry, Brian, go ahead.
No, we lost a difficult terrain triangle.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Could you mark it for us so we can see?
So it is, oh, okay, yeah, it's marked on my screen. I just forgot to click the Show to Players button. 1 second. Thank you for pointing that out. All right, so there you go. And if you put your cursor on those rocks, it should pop up and let you know it's difficult terrain.
Wow.
So everything in the shade there. Yeah, I'm trying to do a little bit fancier stuff here because I didn't like the other way. I didn't like how it faded the background out. So we're going to take a little steps here.
Nice.
All right, and then I don't see our little marker, so I'm just going to restart the scripts real quick just to make sure we're all good. And hopefully that will resolve that. If not, no big deal. We don't absolutely have to have the marker.
Who was it that cast Bless? Was it Blixel? Or was it you? Okay. All right.
All right, so it is this one's turn, and he is going to step out from behind the rocks, and he is going to take a shot at Tavard. Tavard, you are able to see this individual. So this is going to be a straight-up attack. Defense roll, please.
It should be disadvantaged because I am doing patient defense.
Ah, okay. Go ahead and throw a marker of some kind on yourself for us so we know you are currently in patient defense.
So we know you're patiently defending.
Hey, brother, I tell you, I knew I was coming up front, and I knew I'm going to be... Let's see. There you go. And I will say, Adam, I did type it in before we left last session just to make sure I was good to go. So.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah, I totally trust you. I didn't see any marker, so...
Yep. All good. All right. So let's see if I need that inspiration. All right, let's do 2 of these.
Well, yeah, you already have advantage, just 1 roll. So even with a 15, that is going to hit. I'm pausing here to see if you might want to use a particular reaction.
Oh, so he's shooting an arrow, right?
He is shooting an arrow, yes.
All right. Well, guess what I'm going to go ahead and do?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can grab that thing, Adam.
All right, so you're going to use your reaction to try to deflect missiles. I think we got that built in where you can post that.
I'm actually looking for it. I don't know if we did. Let me take a look.
I don't know if you've ever used that, bro. Now that I think about
I'm so much in the front,
it.
Adam, I don't think I have it actually as a reaction. I don't see it on my sheet anyway.
So click the use key and then deflect missiles and see if that takes key away from you. I think I built it that way so that it doesn't unless you use the other one.
All right, let me see.
Oh, it did take... Okay, so just give yourself back 1 key. But okay, so deflect missiles, you got a 23. Yeah, so you easily deflect that shot. Do you want to take the part that allows you to grab it and throw it back?
But of course I do. I just want to look like Kung Fu cool, so...
Okay, so then, normally I'll have you declare that beforehand, but we'll just take that 23. So yes, you've directed around, you throw it, and it certainly does strike into them. And I believe it says that does the same amount of damage. Let me read this real quick.
Yeah, I have to look at it because I don't know, like they said, I'm so used to fighting short swords and halberds and stuff,
So this one will take the 1 point of key, just as a reminder. But yeah, so you throw it at them as a reaction.
Adam, in that case there, no, I won't do it.
Okay, fair enough. So you just use reaction, you deflect the missile, no key spent, and you are definitely not hit.
Yeah, thanks. I definitely need the patient defense.
Say okay, yeah, no worries at all. All right, this guy would normally get a death save here according to our house rule, but the earth erupted around him, so he is dead. I'm gonna remove him. All right,
Little
this
bitch. Sorry, that's just Thorn. He's talking shit.
no, you're good. All right, this one's turn. He's gonna make his way over to here, and he's gonna take a shot at you as well, Tavern. Whoa!
Hey, what's this?
Two
This is-
fives and then two twos. All right, this
Yeah,
one's gonna
no
hit
kidding,
you.
huh?
No reaction left.
For what?
Gonna be 5 points of piercing damage against you, Tavern.
Actually, I'm going to take 3 points of damage, I believe. I mean, 2 points. Let me take a look here. So when I'm in patient defense, I actually am with my. Sorry, I was just talking to my son.
Oh, do you have resistance now at this level?
Whoops, no, I didn't mean stunning strike. I have
Holy
Okay.
shit.
Hold on.
Yep, now, yep, so they're at
that's-
the end there. Addition, patient defense now grants resistance to all damage until the start of your next turn. Yeah,
Yep.
so you will take 2 points there.
Yeah, that's why I'm using my patient defense instead of bothering with the key.
All right, so remember that first part too. So let's see. Oh, I guess you didn't take damage more than your proficiency though, because you only took 2. So yeah, that's not triggered quite yet.
No, and I think it's at the beginning of my turn anyway. So
Right. Yep. Okay, this one's turn. He's gonna make his way down. Yeah, he's shooting you as well, Tavern.
can I roll high since I do have, I don't know, freaking advantage, right? Who knows?
And you're adding a lot to this. Yeah, there you go. That one will miss you.
Dude, all you gotta do is roll an 8 or higher, and you got like mega defense. So I think
I'm
the
telling you,
fluke
man,
on the
this
first
is
2 shots.
the tankiest non-armor build you can have, I think.
This one's gonna fire off at Blixel because hey, why not?
Am I able
Whoop,
to see
that's wrong
Blixel
one.
from where I'm at?
Yes, you sure can. Yeah, I just had to check your line of sight.
Yeah.
I would assume you're kind of like, peeking around the corner there. So yeah.
Yeah, I will give him a portent roll. I will give him the 6 inverted to a 15, so he will roll a.
All right.
Is that 21?
Let me go ahead and post the defense roll for him. Okay, he is adding a total of 6. So yes, 15 plus 6, 21. Yep, so that'll miss him. All right, and then Saline, it is your turn.
All right. I think my lighting's a little off because, I forget his name. Thorn is radiating something. Can I see the edge of his light that he's casting? My intention is to stay in the darkness if I can.
Stay in the darkness. So yes, I would say you're currently in. From where you're at right now, technically you're not in the light, but yes, as soon as you would step to your east, you would see light there.
Okay. With my dark vision, am I able to see the border of it?
Yes, roughly I would say it's going to be like here, right? So you're asking how far it extends downward?
Yeah.
The full screen.
Oh, full map. Okay, so never mind. Then I'm going to, since Blixel survived this turn miraculously, I'm going to peek out around the corner here. 5. Okay. I know there's a guy here, and I know arrows are coming down the hallway. If I have a spell that says a point within range and it does not say a point you can see within range, can I just blind yeet this down the hallway?
Generally speaking, yes, you still have to pick a point, you just don't have to be able to see that point.
Yeah. So, I think we all know what time it is.
Fireball.
Yeah, that's the one.
Who is that? Fucking kobolds following us around.
So, Saline knows that this hallway is straight because they wouldn't be able to shoot us otherwise. I will pull out my measuring tool here a bit. Broadcast to others. I think I'm so concerned that I'm just gonna whiff this. Well, I know where they're not, and they're not in the light, so if I aim the fireball just here-ish, I can hit the whole darkness, basically, and 20 feet beyond that, so we're gonna give this a try. We're gonna throw the holy hand grenade to that point here, so I will click the button. I will click the button when my token is selected.
Yeah, let me shrink that guy down for you. Move it somewhere. Hopefully it's not in the wall and you can actually move it.
It's working just slowly. So I apologize that I cannot see where I'm trying to put it, but I would like to put it such that the whole area is brushed up with the darkness, if that makes sense. So the epicenter would be 20 feet beyond where I can see.
All right, so that looks to me like 5 feet further north than where you have it now. So
Yeah, I'm trying to
about
drag
here?
it, and yeah. Yes, let's go there.
Do you still have the ability to click trigger all there?
Where do I see that? Is it at the top?
You'd have to have the token selected. Can you still see the token?
I believe I have the token selected, so I will
Okay.
try
Then
trigger
just
all.
Yep, trigger all.
Oh,
All right.
nice.
So as the ball of fire explodes and the whole area is suddenly lit up momentarily, you hear, several pained cries and then a bit of silence and a terrible odor of burnt flesh and hair.
Nice. That is more than I was expecting, but I am happy to see that. Okay, so
And then, since that was smart AoE, just remember to deduct that slot.
Oh yeah, you got it. So I only moved 5, so now I'm gonna back the fuck away and hope I get out of the spellcaster's range. So I will go as far as I can down here. And you won't let me go off map, so that's where I'm stopping.
All right, appreciate that. All right, we move to Dian, who's currently in that turned over rocky ground.
Yeah, it certainly is. Okay, so from where I'm at, can I get a good look at the guy to the left of Tavern? Would I get cover from Serena or something?
If you're trying to make an attack, like a ranged attack, yes, he would have cover from where you're currently standing.
Okay, I'm going to send Produce Flame his way then. Here it comes.
Yes, that will indeed strike him. All right, the flame scorches him as you toss it over Serena and that little rocky area to strike into him.
And I'll end my turn there.
All right, Blixel, who is quite wounded at the moment, he's going to move 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 back to here, and he's going to go ahead and cast Cure Wounds on himself. All right, and then that will take us to this one who's on the ground. Saline, please roll me a 1d20. Remember, we take the inverse.
Yes.
Okay, this one is dead. All right, that takes us to Thorn's turn.
All right, Thorn's got a pretty simple turn here. He's going to step directly into the dead one's chest and kind of jump over and land right here. He is then going to see, seeing that Tavard's kind of pinned here, he's going to try to take this one down. So he'll take his first strike. Battle axe. He's only got one hand, so swinging away.
Yeah, 29 will certainly do it. Slashing into him and wounding him.
Perfect. Let's go again.
Extra attack. You'll get to add a 2 on top of that for a total of a 16. Unfortunately, that'll miss.
Okay, can I use my luck point and try to re-roll?
You sure can. Just click your luck. It'll burn a point. We
Actually,
take whatever you roll.
Oh, never mind.
All right, so we will take that 15, and you're adding, looks like 8. Yeah, so 23. That'll certainly hit.
Cool. Alright, I'll just roll damage from the previous attack here.
All right, carving into the backside of his armor, wounding him again.
Perfect. And then, let's see where he's at. He's kind of in the range here. So seeing, he knows he may get an attack of opportunity, but he's going to step back so he doesn't get hit by 20 arrows also.
All right, yes, that Orog will indeed try to slash out at Thorn. Defense roll, please. You do indeed manage to evade that swish of the axe.
It is -2, so that would be 21. He doesn't have his shield equipped right now.
All right, 21, still good.
Okay, cool. And that ends his turn.
Okay, that takes us to Serena's turn. She's going to step to here, and she's then going to... Yeah, she's going to attack that blinded guy, even though he's going to get some cover there. All right, so here comes Serena's attack with Shipwrecker.
Doesn't she have her thing right now with her rage where she's shooting a bolt of light also?
She does. Let me see when that... I know she can do it again this turn as a bonus action, but she might want to Pam instead. Let's see.
Cool. Alright, yep. It says until your rage ends, you can use this effect again on each of your turns as a bonus action.
Do you see where it says the blinding effect ends? I was trying to scroll up and find that real quick.
A bolt of light shoots from your chest. Another creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 radiant damage and be blinded until the start of your next turn. So he's not blinded anymore yet.
Okay, good. All right, so he's not blinded. In which case, I think she will then move to here to take the flank and strike this guy since she's not getting the benefit for blinded. So she'll strike out at this guy a couple of times. And 16 is... Oh, wait, she's got bless, and then she's got flank. So that means that's an 18, so that will hit. All right, so she smashes into him, dealing a total of 8 points of damage. She'll follow that up with another attack with Shipwrecker. That'll hit as well. For 12 points of damage. And he is barely on his feet, so she is going to use her Pam attack to try to drop him. And sure enough, that does the trick.
Nice. Good job, Serena.
She's really good. All right, that moves us to Tabard's turn.
I wanted to get him. I'll get the next one. Wait a second. This guy here's still here. So, Adam, I see the rocks and everything, so I'm guessing that maybe not a good spot.
If you stood there, I would say you would definitely be squeezing, which means you're attacking at disadvantage, and any attacks against you are at advantage.
All right, yeah, that's not going to happen. But to no surprise, guess what I'm going to do? Looks like it's taking a bit for it to take effect or something. I'm going to try it again.
My stuff was going slow too.
All right,
Oh.
I'm going to give me one of those back, Adam.
Yep, no worries.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and hammer time this guy. Here's a 1.
Yes, that will connect.
That is a crit because I am at advantage.
Nice, yes, right. Patient defense, yep. Go ahead and throw a bludgeoning crit.
Patient defense turns into fancy offense.
Best defense is a good smackdown.
Old granddaddy's hammer.
Ooh, he is wearing heavy armor as well. This is going to be a bad one for him. All right, so go ahead and post your damage. We're going to take max plus whatever your first roll is. Okay, so your absolute max is 15 plus 13. That gets us to 28. So 28 points of damage.
Good God.
He is near death. And then we're going to have you roll on the major injury chart.
Hold on, I never get to roll one of those. I got to actually add that one.
Well, I guess that means you're also never taking them, so bright side, right?
Well, there you go, right? I think I had a minor before, but... So, is it under... I see injury. Well,
Yes.
I see injury, and then it's... Okay,
It's just
okay.
under injury, and once you click it, it'll prompt you for the type.
I have to learn a new
Oh.
thing, huh?
Yeah,
Better than
we don't
these
see many
bundles.
majors.
No, major injuries are very, very rare. Okay, creature's maximum hit points are reduced by an amount equivalent. Okay, so his max HP is reduced by 28 points.
Yikes. Even if he lives, he's always near death.
Not that bad, but yeah, not good, that's for sure. Okay, that was your first attack. Second attack will hit as well. And luckily, he didn't have to live too long with that injury.
Yeah, I felt for him. All right, so I am going to go ahead and, with that guy down, I'm actually going to move up. I'm going to go right there, Adam, and I'm going to end my turn.
Okay, and since you just walloped this guy, D20 please, Tabard. He is indeed down. All right, this guy, Celine, D20. Also down. All right, this one's turn. He's going to make
Is
this...
that the start of his turn?
It is the start of his turn, yep.
Hold. Read it and weep.
All right, nice. You play the action
Oh my
Jinx
God.
card, so he will lose
So
his
good.
action. Okay, so with that in mind, he is not going to move there.
Adam pulls out a red card. Every one of the creatures gains an action.
The always dangerous DM card.
yeah.
All right, so instead of using an action, which he doesn't have, yeah, he is going to do something else. Okay, move to this one. Celine, D20, please. All right, this one is also down. All right, this one's turn, and Serena dropped him, but why don't we go ahead and have Thorn roll that one? Thorn, D20. Okay, and he is down as well. That takes us to the top of the next round. This one's turn. So he just saw Tabard move on by. He's going to step out to here, dropping his bow and drawing a scimitar as he rushes up and slashes out at you, Tabard. Defense roll, please. You're currently at advantage since you're doing patient defense. And you will manage to evade that swing of the scimitar. Okay, this one, D20 Celine. Also down. Another D20, Saline.
Merciless.
Also down. All right, this one's turn. He is similarly going to drop his bow, grabbing out a scimitar and swinging at you, Tabard. Nice. That will be a fumble for him. Let's see a melee fumble.
I'm not used to them fumbling too. Boy, this is a great Sunday.
All right, quite embarrassed. Can't seem to hit you. He is going to take a step to there, and then we will move to Saline's turn.
Okay, we're gonna peek out. We're gonna see what's going on. 5, 10, 15, 20. I can see this guy. He's kind of in the fog of war a little bit, but
If you can see
you
him
see
a
my
little
thing?
bit, yeah, he's
Yeah.
in dim light for you.
okay. We're gonna go with our old standby firebolt here. We're going to click that.
Oof,
Probably gonna
that will
miss.
miss.
Yep. And I have 10 more feet of movement, so I'm just gonna go back here.
Okay, Dean.
All right, I'll move 5 to see what I see. I'm definitely out of range. I need to get past this stuff. I don't have any super stuff. So that's 5, 15, 25. All right, I'm going to have to dash. So what? 35, 45. I can go 60. 25, 35. Um, 45. I'm gonna split up. 45. And then that would be 50, right, Adam?
Yep, that looks right to me.
I'll go 50. Alright, that's my action and movement. So we are going to be done. Where's my end turn?
Okay, Blixel's turn. He is still quite badly hurt, so now he's actually going to use a spell slot for Cure Wounds. And give him back 9 more. Okay, Thorn.
All right, Thorn is going to politely make his way around Serena. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He'll go here for 30. And actually, while he is running, he is going to, like, let's say before he gets to that spot, Adam, like right when he gets to here, he's gonna, oh, never mind. My hands are full. Sorry. Strike that. He's just gonna come up here and strike this guy here.
Okay.
I was gonna do one of my cool maneuvers, but damn, dark vision.
Yes, that will connect. You slash into the orc here, tearing open his collarbone. He looks near death.
Nice. I'm gonna go for the decapitation.
You do indeed. Well, maybe. He's really badly hurt. Is his head still connected? We'll find out.
Either way, Thorn's gonna finish him off next go around. That's it. Movement. Yep, he's only got 30 feet, so he's here.
Okay, Serena's turn. She's going to make her way up to here, 20 feet. She is going to smash down with her shipwrecker. That is going to miss. She'll try a second time. That is going to miss again, and then she will pan. That one will hit. So she does indeed manage to whack him for 6. Okay, Tabard.
What is he carrying? I think he said a scimitar.
He has a scimitar in hand, yes.
All right, I am not going to use patient defense this time. I just want to save my key, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and swing at him twice.
First punch or swing with the hammer misses.
Let me see. I might as well play it.
When you or an ally attacks a creature, yeah, okay, we'll let you do that. I think the intention here was you say like, hey, I'm going to use this before you roll, not after you roll, but for now, we'll let you use that.
Okay, yeah, I actually read it a couple times to see if that would, you know, but I didn't. I was like, I don't know how to interpret that, you know. So
Yep, yeah, no worries. Honestly, on like a minion type guy, I'm okay with it working that way. All right, so go ahead and post your damage. And yes, he is dropped to the ground.
all right, actually, well, I'll just go ahead and move. I'll be stupid, but I'll save my. Shoot. No, I am going to bonus action. Sorry, I didn't think he would drop with one hit. Is what it is. All right, I'll patient defense.
Okay, sure.
And I'll tell them, I'm coming for you. They're up here. It's clear by me. And I'll end my turn.
Okay. All right, so you're going to notice Tavard as the shaman takes a step back. He's going to motion with his hands. And as he does so, you feel a presence around you suddenly manifest.
Like Christmas presents?
Not that kind of present.
It's turning into a holiday one-shot.
I tell you gotta wonder, right?
Okay, so right in front of you, a very large wolf suddenly appears. And a little bit behind you as well. Okay, after doing that, we're going to have some movement. Okay, and you are then going to be attacked by the front wolf, and I will need you to make a defense roll.
So glad I did the patient defense.
Yes, you managed to evade that attack. The other wolf is going to move down. And Thorn, he's going to attack you. Defense roll.
I like to think that he would think Serena looks more tasty, but I get it.
Kind of thinks she looks AFK for some reason.
Yeah, Thorn
A
is
little bit of
pretty
a
salty.
distance.
You know, 18 at him.
18. Yes, you just managed to evade. Okay, that puts us at the top of the next round. Okay, and this one, I believe, was dropped by Tavard. So Tavard D20. Okay, that one is dead.
I keep forgetting I can just go and push the, the dice buttons. For some reason, I'm so used to just rolling, typing in R and everything,
And I think that Thorin dropped this one, so Thorin D20. Okay, that one is dead as well. Okay, move to Saline.
Alright, time to start advancing. We're gonna go 5. 1 second. So his light goes to here. I'm not broadcasting to others, you can't see that, but
Go ahead and point one more time.
uh,
Okay, so how about this? The edge of the light is right where the difficult terrain starts, right about there.
should be here, right? 40
Yeah.
feet from him?
Yes, yep.
Okay. So then I think I will stay just beyond. Actually, if I'm gonna do that, we will. She sees the wolf bearing down, so. But there's people in front of it. Might as well fire it as soon as I see it, because I'm going to be moving up regardless. So I'm going to try firebolting the wolf. I know it has some cover from me.
Okay. Yes, your firebolt does indeed strike the wolf, singeing its fur.
We'll start moving up. So 10, 15, and 25 into the difficult terrain. And that is all I can move. I don't have enough to move another space.
Okay, Dean.
Up 5. There's a wolf there, guys.
Ah, it's a big wolf.
I'll go 10 to see a little more. Oh, okay. 10. $15. I'm gonna go for a tentacle rod strike on the wolf there. Adam, I know he probably has cover, but here we go.
First one hits. Wounded him. Second one misses. Third one hits. Okay, as two of the tentacles slap the wolf.
That's 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15. I'm just spellcasters can make me nervous.
Fair enough.
Okay. Alright, so Blixel still a bit wounded. He doesn't want to take too many risks here. He is going to Vicious Mockery the wolf. And yes, that will indeed work on the wolf.
Can we get a patented one-liner from Blixel there?
I see scabs under your fur. Yeah, I know, something like that. Alright, Thor, your turn.
Alright, Thorn is going to keep to the mantra here of smack smack.
Yes, that will connect. Slicing into the wolf, wounding it.
Alright, another.
15 will connect.
Thank you, Bliss.
Wounding the wolf again.
Do I want an action surge? Yeah, let's get the wolf out of here. He's gonna action surge. Adam?
Alright, go ahead and burn that.
Yeah, you guys see Thorn like does 2 swipes and then he like roars in the the wolf's face and he sees it's still holding on, so he's like, fuck it, and he takes 2 more swipes. He'll go at his, like, straight at its head.
That'll connect. All right, on this, what should be a killing blow, instead of the wolf dropping, you hear almost like a slight popping sound as it just vanishes.
Cool. And he will use his movement now to get up. He'll kind of hug this wall, if that's okay, Adam.
Sure.
Alright, he'll end his turn there.
All right, Serena's going to march on through. Getting to there. She can't reach the wolf, but she will try to blast it with one of her patented chest bolts. A 13 is not enough to affect the wolf, so he is not blinded. Tabard.
So is this wolf here like extra size? I mean, obviously I see the token's big. Is it like just not a standard wolf?
It looks to be like a dire wolf.
Oh, shoot. I am just going to go ahead and not do that. I'm going to go ahead and just strike it twice.
Okay. The first swing connects. Smashing into the wolf.
Take that, kitty, kitty. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit it again, hopefully.
Yes, both of those hits, only by the grace of the gods.
Yeah, no freaking kidding, I tell you. Thanks,
You can
God.
just use my name. It's okay.
Nice roll.
Alright. Smashing into the wolf solidly once again, but it stands firm.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and let it take its reaction on me.
It certainly will try, yeah. Go ahead and give us a defense roll. You do indeed manage to evade that snapping jaws.
I'm going to say, the mage is up there beyond the wolf. And I'll end my turn there.
Okay. All right, and for the wolf's turn, you're going to notice as it kind of, its head lowers and it kind of has this posture as though it's ready for you. Saline.
All right, we're moving up. So 10, 20. Can't see anything. So we will go 30. And I will action dash, I suppose, because I don't have a bead on anything. So it doesn't cost me movement to move out of it, right?
Correct.
So this is just 5? Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And because she can't get much farther, I will move over to this corner, and that is 30. Now, I can see the token. It doesn't matter, I don't have an action left, never mind. That would be a hell of a shot.
That would
Regardless.
be.
Yeah. So that's just my turn.
Okay, Dean.
Alright, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Can I go straight up, Adam?
Yeah, you can.
30. Okay, I'm gonna action dash go there.
All right, from back here, Blixel says, I'm kind of hurt, but I want to make sure the other guys are okay. I'm going to go check on the... Thorn, your turn.
So brave.
Yeah, but if he dies and everything, his baby won't have a daddy.
Think about your children.
Thorn is going to see if he can finish off the wolf.
Yeah,
16.
16 will connect. Wounding the wolf.
Second attack.
Yes, that'll hit as well. And once again, with a
Listen.
popping sound, the wolf is gone.
Thorn will look back over his shoulder and say, "Hurry, before they send for others." It's got 15 more feet, so he's gonna move to here.
All right, once you get to there, Thorn, with the light from your torch, you notice a smaller collection of rocks that goes to be about 3 feet high. You get the impression almost of like somebody building a, not necessarily a wall, but almost like a keep out kind of a figure here. Serena, however, looks back and says, "The little guy's hurt. I better go and make sure he's okay." And she starts rushing back. Tabard.
All right. Tabard whispers under his breath, "She's not the Xena warrior princess I thought she was."
Okay, Tabard, once you get to here, you see that same wall, but thanks to your dark vision, you can see past it. You notice an Orog leaning up against a stone plinth. He is on his back, leaning against it, so his head is up. He is looking in your direction, but perhaps the most strange thing you notice as you see him is he has no eyes. No, like, patches, no eye holes. It's almost as though there is smooth skin where his eyes should be.
All right, so that was 6. That's going to be 8 for me, Adam. Now I'm going to go ahead and do something weird. I'm going to go ahead and use patient defense. Surprise, surprise, but you're like, hey, wait a second, right? And then as my action, I'm going to go ahead and use my Scorching Fireball stuff. Scorching Ray. Now I'll have advantage of those.
If you're shooting at the figure that's leaning on the ground, technically he's prone, so you would have disadvantage normally.
Oh, he's prone. I was thinking he was leaning up against it.
So he,
You know
like,
what?
he's sitting up against it is probably a better way of phrasing it.
Yeah, okay, but that'll at least balance it out, right? So then I get 3 of these. So we'll see if I get lucky since it is a charisma attack. Who knows? But at least it's standard.
All right, let's see it.
I like that you're immediately going for the blind guy.
All right, maybe I was pushing the spell instead of looking at the thing. So
Okay, so because of patient defense, your patient defense gives you all attacks at advantage?
Yep.
Okay,
all attacks at advantage.
not just melee attacks, right?
No, I'll take a look at it. I think it just says there, but let me take a look just to make sure. I don't want to cheat. Nope, not the right one. Sorry, the monkey. I've got so many different.
It's a big toolkit, yeah.
Yeah. It's unbreakable body, equal to a greater number of hit points, balance, Additionally, patient's bent can't resistant to all damage to start next turn.
I'm just gonna. No, you're good. I'm gonna pull this up because this is from your Way of Survival subclass. Okay, so it says, in addition, while under the effects of patient defense, you have advantage on attack rolls. So not specified melee. So, yep, this would apply then. So I'm going to say that wipes out to even then, because you're disadvantaged from prone, and then advantage from patient defense. So a 12 will miss, a 12 will miss, and then a 15 will hit. Go ahead and post damage for 1. Okay, the fiery ray scorches this Orog. He looked very badly before. He looks very badly and a little bit burnt now. You see his hand goes to the wound on his shoulder that just got burned, and he shouts something in Orcish that you don't understand.
Yeah, sorry it took so long. I couldn't remember where that was under.
No worries.
I was like, yeah, okay. All right, so he wasn't concentrating on a spell or anything like that, right?
He was not.
All right, I'll go ahead and end my turn. That's what I was kind of wondering is that so.
Okay, from the north, Thorn and Tavern, you hear some loud shouting, and you hear many voices shouting backwards as a growing cacophony of voices is echoing your way. All right, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to exit us out of combat. I'm not going to say you're not under any kind of time constraints, because obviously you might be, but I think it'll be easier to do this outside of direct turn order. So Thorn and Tavern, you guys are near the front. Give me the idea of what it is that you're planning to do here.
I'm going to go after the guy that's almost dead.
Go after him, meaning you want to try to cross that half wall and just go over there and strike him?
Yes.
Okay. How about Thorn?
Thorn doesn't want any Orogs or Orcs to break off and go warn any other ones, so he's going to charge in with Tavard.
So Tavard's going to the southwest. Is that the way you're going as well?
Indeed.
Okay. Dian, give me an idea what you're doing.
I would use my whatever necessary to move up to meet my friends. Do I want to move my token or?
Yeah, feel free to do so. Yeah, if that's your plan. Saline, how about you?
Yeah, she's far enough back that she doesn't really know what's going on up there, but she wants to rejoin the group, so she's gonna follow.
Okay,
and I
feel
would
free
ask,
to do so.
At this point, then I'd want to be told what's going on.
Okay, as you're getting closer, Dian, you hear this growing sound of voices coming from the north.
Okay. I'll tell him I could send some lions up north.
So, all right, Adam, just so I can paint a clear picture, we've got voices coming from the north, and then we've got blind dude over here.
Correct.
Yeah, with only 4 of us, someone will probably go blind guy, because if they left him behind, maybe he's got some answers. That's what he's thinking.
Oh, also, Adam, sorry, keep that train of thought. Adam, my mind, can I pick up a scimitar? You said they had scimitars. Can I pick one up?
Yeah, you certainly can.
Okay, monk weapon, right? Good.
I honestly don't know. Just double check. I think it's simple.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's
light.
simple.
Simple and light, I believe it is.
Okay, sorry, Dylan, go ahead.
No, you're fine. Because Rasmus had scimitars. Yeah, no, I'm like I'm saying. Thorn will look at you guys as we're coming up and say, we can chase the others, or maybe we can talk to the old guy, see what he knows.
Sounds like there's a lot of them coming.
That's a fortified position over the wall. We could go back and use the hallway. But that magic fire explosion you created is probably going to be useful in these tight hallways. How many more can you do?
Who?
You.
But we gotta decide fast.
Well, I am no leader of this group.
I think we should turn around, try to obstruct their path, and get back to the others before we get overrun. That's what I think.
Should we snatch old blind guy and take him with us?
If you want.
They don't deserve to live.
Well, he's probably got answers.
Well, if we're leaving, grab the old guy. I'll entangle the ground to the north, delay them a little bit.
Okay. So Thorn is going to hop over the. Well, I guess. Hang on. Let me hold that. Dylan has made these mistakes before. Can Thorn? He's pretty tall, 6'5". So I imagine he can see over this boundary. Can he look down in this area, Adam? Does he see any kind of trap or anything
Blind
waiting
check.
for us?
Nothing obvious, but blind check as you look over there to see if anything sticks out to you.
Sure, I'll throw a hero point on it just because I don't want to blow up.
No, it looks like some of the rocks from the pile here have maybe like fallen down into that space, but you don't see any signs of a trap.
Okay. Thorn is going to hop over. And he's going to cautiously approach the old man. He does
All right.
not speak Orog or anything, though.
As you get to here, and as Tavern does as well, you guys notice that there is a massive hole in the northern corner of this cutout tunnel. You can feel somewhat of a heat coming from that area. So think of this as though heat seems to be wafting up from this hole. It's about 10 degrees warmer now than it was when you were past the rocks.
Adam, would there be any form of, since I lived in the mountains and everything like that, would there be any check I can make to kind of guess what that may be?
I mean, there's so many reasons why there could be heat. So with just that generic description, I would say no. Feel free to use your imagination. Obviously, maybe there's a creature that gives off heat. Maybe there's a fire down there, right? A lot of possibilities.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and hold that thought for now, though.
All right. Thorn will look at him and say, "It's really hot over there. You think that's where they went?" Hey,
Adam.
fireman! And he's gonna turn around and he's addressing Dean. Fire guy.
Yes. You heard voices from the north. That's probably where they're coming.
Yeah, I know you're good with nature and things. You have any idea? Is this like a vent or something?
Oh, is it a hole in the ground, Adam?
It is indeed, yes.
Does it look like a volcano thing? Can I check it out?
You meaning you want to kind of like get close and look down?
Is this close enough?
Yeah. I just, when you say check out, I'm trying to understand what check out means.
Yeah, I want to see what this is and see if I recognize this, if it's a volcano vent or some type of natural thing. Or
Okay, so you're close enough that you're looking downwards. You can see that there is a drop in elevation going down about 20 feet or so. You notice that there is a floor down there, rocky floor, much like what you're standing on right now. Curiously, you spot what looks like toppled ruins. So think of this as like cobblestones that maybe once made up a wall or a pillar or something like that. You can see them lying down, scattered, but still roughly in the shape of a pillar.
You said 20 feet. I'll explain that to them. That looks like there's an old city down there, a ruined city 20 feet down.
And being this close to it, you can definitely feel heat coming right out of there. You get the impression almost of like a heat vent of some kind.
Is it harmful? Like, I know you're not taking this
No.
damage, but is it just like, oh, it's a warm day?
So when you were in the, I think what I said is when you were moving around in the caves, you felt like it was like 60 degrees. So it's about 70 degrees when you're over here. The closer to the hole you get, it's a little bit warmer. If you put your hand like right above it, again, probably 75 degrees kind of deal. So certainly not going to harm you, just very much noticeably warmer than other areas of the tunnels.
All right, I'll let Thorn and Tavard know.
We'll explore it later, but we should go before all those bad guys come. I'm gonna step up to here, Adam. I'm not even gonna talk to the orc. I'm just gonna flip my, I'm gonna draw one of those little, actually no, I'm gonna just take the blunt end of the torch and just pommel strike him in the forehead and see if I can knock him out.
So I assume this means you're like doing a non-lethal attack.
Yes, correct.
Okay, yeah, he is knocked out.
Cool. And then I believe Thorn can easily pick him up. He's got a 20 strength.
So he's not wearing any armor, so yes, you could pick him up. He is very big, so think of this as being like a 6'6" guy, probably 350 pounds, but without armor, yeah, I assume with your strength you can probably pick him up.
Perfect. I'll throw him over my shoulder, and as I walk by Tavard, I'll say, you see anything good in here before we go?
And as you're moving, you can hear the Orog over your shoulder saying things in either Orc or Orog. You're not sure, since you don't know what you don't know the language. You're not sure what he's saying, but he seems to be repeating like a brief phrase over and over.
The guy who he just knocked out.
Oh, sorry, he was saying that before you knocked him out.
Alright, cool.
I've done that too.
Alright, so I'm going to, toss him over gently and then jump over myself and pick him back up. Start making my way over. I can't pick up his token, Adam, so I don't know if you just want to...
Yep, no worries. I'm going to move him off, Matt, and we'll assume you have him.
Cool.
I'll watch the back as we go, because I could do some distracting spells.
So, Tavern
the
and
grapple.
Dean, go ahead and throw me a blind check here. Tavern, you make out the sound of like rocks being stacked, perhaps.
That means my roll was good too. Boy, my gosh, I'm killing it today. I think they're covering in the tunnel or something.
Alright, well, it doesn't sound like they're chasing us if they're fortifying.
Well, either way, we should leave before they get any ideas. We don't know how many there are.
I don't think Diwali and his group should be in here right now.
All right, so you guys make your way back with Thorn carrying this very large Orog, and you make your way back into the other section of the tunnels. All right, backing up enough and moving in this direction, you, of course, run right into the expedition group, who's all looking in your direction as you kind of come down the way. You can see all of them have minor weapons in hand, so think of this as like maybe daggers, maybe a short sword, maybe one guy has a dagger getting ready to like throw it, but certainly not warriors amongst them. And then you do see Serena and Blixel back here as well, having rejoined the expedition.
I mean, cure wounds on Blixel, please.
Okay.
Diwali, there's a lot more down there. Sounds like they're fortifying even more. We probably killed, I don't know, 10 or so.
Killed 10 what?
These things, and I'll flop the blind guy off of my shoulder.
And you see he puts a finger to, like his fingers to his nose. Oh, stink of Orog! Ah, what you doing? Why did you bring us one back?
Well, he didn't seem like much of a threat, and perhaps we could get answers from him. The tall red-headed woman. She speaks Orog, I believe.
You notice Dwali looking at the Orog here and then kind of looks at you and he says, ah, this one doesn't have any eyes!
Yes, but he has ears, Diwali. Also, hey, fire guy. I don't think I got your name.
Oh, talking to me?
Yes,
Well, it's Dean. Cathbat.
Lord Cathbad or just Cathbad?
Depends on the context, but for now, Dean would work.
Dean, would you explain to Diwali what you saw down that crack?
Yes, Dwally, there's a large hole with seems to be venting warm air. Not necessarily hot air, but it could be potentially from a hot source down below. And I saw ruined cobblestones and maybe a column that was smashed to the ground. Is there an ancient city underneath our feet?
Oh my, that is quite a curious find. Oh, not that I know of. What could that be?
Celine, do you remember reading about lost? Is this the lost city of wherever we are?
El Dorado?
Well, as far as I know, these tunnels are uncharted, right? Isn't that what Diwali said? So, I mean, I can have a think here about any cities or civilizations that used to be in and around these mountains with a blind check if you would prefer, but I'm not sure I'll turn anything up.
No, well, you can open your eyes when you do so.
Well, maybe if we investigate the architecture of that ruined city, we can know what kind of people they were there. But why are the orcs interested?
I don't know if they were interested at all. They abandoned it and set up a buttress to the north, it sounded like.
Yeah, but those tunnels could lead down, you know.
It's curious, but having just kicked a veritable hornet's nest, I'm not sure how safe it would be to advance now that they definitely know we're here and are not friendly to us at all.
I agree. However, it's a large cave. I'm sure there's many connections. Perhaps we take the other path. Look for other ways around the orcs.
You mean the one that Alice went down?
Yes, she said she did not see anything and it continued on for a ways.
It's worth a shot.
If we can find a way to come from behind the orcs, we would have the advantage.
You notice Serena leaning down to speak to the orc, who I assume you've kind of like propped up against the wall.
Yeah. Or like, I guess the cart's not with us, so he's leaned up against the wall.
All right, you see he keeps muttering this, or he's still knocked out, of course, as we've already determined. But she looks at him and she says, should we try to bring him back to consciousness and see what he has to say?
Absolutely.
Thorn just shakes his head, yeah.
Shakes his head, yeah.
Yes,
Sure.
correct. Yeah.
Interesting. Blixel, you have the ability to rouse people for very low resources. Would you like to do the honors? Are you cogent? Is he here?
Yeah, I could do that. And you'll see he reaches out a finger and just uses 1 point of lay on hands.
But I'm not going to sleep with him.
I wasn't going to ask you to do that.
I just want to make sure.
All right, you notice the Orog's, his head kind of moves back and forth. And again, with the torchlight on him, you can see the fact that he has no eyes is obviously very disconcerting. Obviously, if somebody lost their eyes from injury, there would be signs of an injury. This is almost like somebody took an eraser and just erased the eyes, as odd as that sounds. And you see he just kind of, his head moves back and forth and he starts mumbling this phrase once again, keeps saying it over and over. Serena looks back at you all and she says, he is saying, kill me now, I am no longer a warrior. Let's see. And you see she kind of shakes him and you hear her speaking in this guttural tongue as she shakes him, and he stops for a moment and then he starts repeating it and she says like the same thing and then kind of smacks him in the face, and eventually he kind of like says something a little bit different, and it kind of goes back and forth, and she looks back and she says, I'm not getting anywhere with him. He says kill him now, and he's not going to tell us anything.
Well, it's a curious ailment.
I think we should give him his wishes.
Well, before that, maybe I know something about this from like medical journals or the Apocrypha about uh, how this might have happened to him. It is very strange that he doesn't have eyes. Like it doesn't look like an injury. It looks like they just are gone, like they were never there. But he says he used to be a warrior, so I assume he had them at some point.
Well, I'm
If you
curious
would
to
like to
learn.
make a check on this, Serena, you can. I will let you know this is an incredibly difficult check. Take that for what you will.
I'll win.
I'm gonna play my card for her. Oh, did she already
Ooh.
throw it?
She did.
Right as you said, I want to play my card for her, though. I think we could rewind the tape and see it's close enough.
I haven't revealed the results yet, so sure.
I am going to play my We Can Do It card.
Oh, that's the card. The card was still there from last time. We get rid of that.
Yeah, I just put it behind, below it on the.
Okay, the We Can Do It card. You and your group gain advantage on your next skill check within 1 minute. Okay, even with advantage, what I will say is based on your check, you certainly have heard of some strange situations where something like this could happen. They generally all involve magic, but nothing specific is coming to mind. You've heard, obviously, these terrible tales. I'm sure in some of the stories that you've read, this might have been one of the things. Usually it would deal probably with like curses from gods and that kind of thing, but nothing specific comes to mind.
Nothing
And
specific.
Adam, when you were saying that Serena was having this conversation, did you just hand wave that even if we ask him, how did you become blind, he's not going to tell us, right?
Well, I'm relying on the fact that Serena has the flaw known as abrasive personality and a really poor charisma, which means she's not going to get very far in persuading.
Oh. I mean, I'm thinking, is it a result of maybe because he was near that crack in the ground? Maybe it was a curse from the city, or it was a Well, it's not a punishment. I don't think that druid Orog, who is clearly just conjuring animals from the Feywild, would have the power to erase someone's eyes. This is beyond his level of spellcasting. Is it a curse from the city below?
Anything is possible. There's a lot of strange and mysterious powers in this world, and even I don't have a full understanding of all of them. But uh, whatever happened to him is far beyond the realm of the ordinary, is all I can say. Which is probably obvious to everyone by looking at him.
Well, if you do kill him, I want to see if his eyes are covered up, or if they're actually in there, or they're gone completely. Aren't you curious?
I don't think we kill him. I think we hold him hostage. He'll break eventually.
Because he wants to die. We're going to be like, no, you're not going to die until you tell us how you lost your eyes, and then we'll
Yeah.
put you out of your misery.
If you want to die, you'll answer our questions.
All right,
Cool.
Serena, go for it. In your abrasiveness, would you please tell him we're happy to put you to your rest? Tell us how you lost your eyes.
She nods. Dean, give me a blind check. This is going to be at disadvantage because she's now converting your words to what to him. Did you have your token
Wait,
selected?
Would that, my next card, would that be within 1 minute?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I
So
did.
it would just make it even?
Yes.
So that is my token now.
Did we have an issue with your token last time?
Yeah, I have it selected both times.
Okay, so it should be working this time. Let me try. Yeah, it works for me. So you have the token selected on the right side, right?
Yeah, the big giant one.
I mean, try one more time. It literally just worked. Okay, yeah, it worked that time. I don't know.
I swear to Stack of Bibles, I had it clicked.
Fair enough. Yeah, weirder things have definitely happened. Okay. Yeah, she She says this. He mumbles something. She says something in a little bit louder voice. He just repeats the same thing. She looks back at you and shakes her head no.
Sounds like you were close to getting an answer.
We'll hold him. He'll break. He can't fight much.
Dwally looks at you and says, what do you mean? You're going to drag this guy all around everywhere we go down through the tunnels?
Oh, you're going to watch him, Dwali, unless you want to come with us.
Can he
We'll
walk?
have Serena here, and I think Blixo is going to stay behind and nurse his wounds.
I'm gonna kick him and tell him get up in common.
I want to
The
kick him
Orog?
too, but I don't want to get him.
No, just in
get
common.
up.
Get up. And I'm like, I'll grab his shoulders and try to get him to stand up.
He doesn't. He's basically dead weight.
Well said, Adam.
I don't know if I could use my insight for this, Adam, but after we've been sitting here talking to him and seeing his reactions, even though I can't speak Orog, do I get the impression from what he's been saying and reacting that, and maybe based on like his build, that he's not lying? At one point he actually was a warrior, like his eyes haven't always been this way. Does he look like battle worn, and does he have scars? Does his hand look like that? Because as a fighter, I feel like Thorn would be able to recognize someone else who's, proficient in
Do you
those
have
methods.
know thy enemy? Isn't that a thing?
I would say so far you haven't found any Orogs that didn't look like warriors. Every Orog you've found has been a fighting individual, and this guy's no exception. He's very big and bulky. He looks really tough. You assume if he had eyes, he would be certainly as tough as the other Orogs you fought.
I do not have no thigh enemy. I don't know if that's a later skill or maybe one that
I thought that was
I
like
didn't
level
take.
7.
Could be. I'm only level 6. But
Make a better one next time.
Thorn will he'll just kind of say, I mean, we can kill him and leave him here. But he has answers that he will soon reveal. If we leave him alive long enough, he'll probably tell them.
I just don't know how feasible it is to bring him with us. He
I'm
clearly
not
doesn't want
You
to.
guys know much about these guys and dwarfs. These guys are like an arch enemy of ours, you may say. We don't like them. You really, and I say this not around the other dwarfs. You kind of risk alienating the other dwarfs if you keep this guy with you.
I get that. He is a hostage, though. It's not like we're making friends.
And it would be for their own protection if we find out what happened to him and we can prevent it from happening to us if it's something he acquired down here. But
All signs point to that. I mean, if he was not a warrior, he'd be skinny and scrawny.
Maybe your fireball blinded him.
I don't think he was that close, unless he ran really fast and sat down.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. Let's put him out of his misery now that we know the truth of it all.
Wally's nodding.
All right. I will kill him. Thorn kind of looks at everybody to see any signs of protest.
Yeah, you're not doing it fast enough.
And he'll take his battle axe and just cleave off the guy's head.
Okay, yeah, you're able to do so easily, and the Orog is dead. You see Dwally nodding now, and some of the dwarves further away also kind of nod and like clapping, not like in cheer, but almost like, yep, what needed to be done was done.
It's like when you have a party game on like RPG and you get like the they approve in the top corner.
Right, yep.
No,
Yeah, you just have dwarven inspiration. There you go.
I assume he is nothing, but can I search him now, Adam?
You can, yeah. He does not have anything of interest. He's not wearing armor. He's just basically wearing very poorly spun clothing.
Thorn will stand up and look at Diwali and the others and say, well, Diwali, do you want to stay in here while the orcs are still running around? Or do y'all want to set up outside? Have us clear some paths, see what's in here.
I certainly don't want to take more chances than what we have to, but at the same time, I gotta say, this is the first thing we ran into. If we can't just always keep running back outside, we're comfortable inside, of course. Do you think it's safe that way? Can we block it off? Well, what do you think?
There's plenty of rocks that they left behind that we could use ourselves to fortify that hallway.
I think we should take them to the hole. These guys are smart dwarfs. They may have a good understanding once they see what they see.
Yeah, we could block that corridor to the north while they look down that crevasse.
Okay,
But
I like that
They
plan.
are explorers.
But you heard them stacking rocks from that location. If they've set up barricades, their longbows might be able to reach us if we.
Well, I crossed the corridor. We all did, and I didn't see anybody. So right about you weren't there, Celine, but right as you make that left, the corridor isn't straight. It kind of bends, and we could put rocks there, and out of sight.
But are you talking about the corridor to the pit you were talking about?
No, to the north.
To the north, it does do like a little U-bend.
And then we have access to the crevasse.
I am concerned that they have set up a defensive position and they may not still be where we think they are.
Yeah, well, we don't need to go that far if we engage with them. I mean,
Then let's go. Dwali, get your men. Follow behind us. Let's go.
Dwali, do you agree with that? Do you want to go take a look at the hole?
I mean, that's what we're here for, right? Seeing which ways we can go. If there's other paths that way, we need to know all of the paths, right?
Yes,
That's
100%.
what I'm thinking.
Let's go.
I mean, if we can get down there, then it may be a way for us to avoid the orcs. But I can't see down here and fight effectively. Does anyone have a way to help me with that, you magic users?
Do you have light, Celine?
I can cast light on you. It would free your hand from a torch, but it wouldn't keep you sheltered by the darkness, if that's what you're after.
He like looks at how big he is. I'm not exactly sneaky, anyways.
Well, you could just hold a rock. I pick up a rock, throw it to Celine, cast light on this, have him hold it.
Well, then he would be functionally the same as a torch, right? Can you hold the rock and wield that axe of yours at the same time?
I mean,
most effectively?
Yes, but I would like my shield if I'm going to be defending the...
Thorn's your name, right? Come here.
Yes.
Then why don't I just put light on your shield? Okay, never mind.
And I put my hand on your face and massage your forehead and say, close your eyes. And as you open them, you now have dark vision.
That's very strange. This is how you all see all the time?
Well, I'm the same as you, but I've developed a way from nature to allow me to see in this darkness. And now so do you.
It's much appreciated. And he'll strap his shield onto his arm.
Snuffing your torch, I assume?
Yes.
All right, so quick mechanical reminder is right now nobody needs light. If you're all moving around in dark vision, you can do that, but just a reminder, all perception checks are made at disadvantage in dim light.
Yeah, if we were going to really look at something, we need light a torch or something. Or I could do produce flame.
Right. Yep. Just want to throw that out there as you guys are moving. Those are the rules. So, okay. Yeah. So you guys, sounds like you guys have a plan. Dwali's group is a little bit behind you. They're ready to go. Are you guys making your way back in that direction?
Yeah, I think the plan is we go check out send the Dwali and those guys to look at the crevasse, and we can buttress up the northern, lack of a better word, the hallway.
So
Yep.
Dwali says, just make sure it's safe down there, and once it is safe, then yes, we'll come and check this thing out.
All right, let's go.
I'll give Dwali a nod of respect.
He looks towards you and hesitates for a moment before returning your nod.
Yeah, needless to say, I'm trying to butter them up.
I definitely have picked up on that.
Saying they were smart dwarves and things like that. So.
Really, Tavard should go first since he's the stealthiest of us all. Okay.
Well, let's go.
Yeah, I'm also taking off Bless for obvious reasons. Adam, is that area still difficult terrain, or is that gone?
It is. No, it looks like this is a permanent effect.
You want me to go up there first?
Yes, go.
Adam, I'm going to go up here doing my stealthy dwarf stuff.
Okay, go ahead and throw me a blind check, Tabard. All right, you're trying to move quietly.
Adam, can I look at these rocks that they were using here? Are these movable?
Yeah, they certainly are. I mean, each one of them is pretty large, and it looks like they've all been stacked and a little bit designed, you might say, so that the way they stack them, they're fairly sturdy. But yeah, with time, you can certainly lift one rock at a time and break them apart.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to whisper to the group. I don't see anything.
You don't see anything?
Well, nothing different than the last time.
Oh, okay.
Because they were coming from up there.
Yeah, I didn't go up there.
Okay, so the plan, Selena, I think you see the map now. We're this quarter to the north. We could use these rocks and try to make a barrier, at least make it hard for them, and we'll have a warning if they're coming. And the crevasse is down to our left.
Yeah. I just don't like this because if we're fucking around over here and they come up behind us, then our way out is...
Well, it just takes 2 fireballs and should solve that problem.
Adam, I'd like to go ahead and do a perception check just in case I can hear something up north.
Okay, sure. Throw me a blind check. No, it seems fairly quiet.
Since I'm rolling real well today, guys, do you want me to go up there and go stealth up there?
If you do, you may risk tipping them off. They may not know we're here right now.
Oh, I'm good with not going up there. I just want to make sure that I understood the plan, so to speak.
Well, if we can quietly move some of those rocks to here and these rocks over there, then we might be able to at least set up a good barricade. So if they do come, we can take pot shots at them.
It's going to take us a long time to build it up enough to be a barricade. It's not going to be much of a barricade. I mean, I don't mind doing it. I'm just saying I don't think.
How many men we got?
Stealth.
How many of
There
those
is 1, 2, 3, 5, 9.
That's plenty.
Yeah, if we have all 9 of us do it, we do risk. So I think there's, above the table, there's 2 options here. We can take the chance and try to build up a barricade on that top side, or we can just try to sneak these dwarfs around into this area. And
I think it'd be quieter that way, to be honest with you, even though I don't think there's either good answer on if we want to be quiet.
Let's sneak them around.
All right. Well, Thorn is going to tuck himself into like this corner. Oh, that's the wall.
That's what I was gonna do.
Well, he'll go here then. Yeah, if you want to take that spot, maybe.
Yeah, I'll just plant myself here.
So we'll play guard if you guys want to start shipping them over.
Are you guys really worried that we're gonna be detected?
And I don't think it's that big of a worry. I think it's like I think the orcs are in a good hunkered down spot, and
Yep.
if they start sending 1 or 2 people out, we can just trim them down. They know how strong we are now, so they're either gonna full on attack or not at all.
But I have a way to choose each creature within 30 feet that will allow us to pass, technically without a trace, including our little companions. If we're really
Well,
concerned about it.
I'm not too concerned about it. I just don't want to. I just want to be in a good spot just in case.
Okay, then let's go, little man. Let's check out the crevasse.
all right. Well, y'all have to go back and get them. They're waiting on us to give them the all clear.
I thought they were like, okay. I'm not walking my token back though.
No, that's okay. But your intention is one of you guys is running back and saying it's safe and they can all come up?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm staying in my spot.
I'll go get him.
Okay.
Alien does not think it's safe.
All right, so one by one, the expedition starts making its way up here, trying to move as carefully as they can. They're trying not to make too much noise. You direct them over to the west here, and eventually, the entire expedition is over here. All right, you notice Dwally kind of approaching, and he says, "Oh, I feel that heat. Oh, yeah, I can feel it. There's something down there."
Take a look. It's more than something.
You see he approaches carefully and he's like kicking the ground. Like you get the impression he's testing for the sturdiness of the stone, and he seems good with this. And then he leans down and takes his hand and starts wiping it alongside the rocky hole. And he feels it, looks at his hand to see, you're not sure exactly what. And then he looks back and he says, "Yeah, it's quite sturdy. Whatever made this hole, I don't think it's like crumbling now. It's almost like something burst out or something. But, I can definitely see that there's something down there. What do you think? Should we make our way down?"
I think so, but I'm just one of this party.
Yeah. Ropes. Let's go down. And you see some of the guys start grabbing the ropes and like start
All right,
tying
I'll walk
things
over.
up.
Good, do that, because I'll go, hey, they're going down there, Tavard. You guys ready?
Warn them about that Orog with the blindness. Tell them not to touch anything.
Yes, whatever did that to him, my hypothesis is that it's down there somewhere.
All right, guys, since we're all here, listen up. Obviously, that horrible beast, vile creature of an Orog, had his eyes magically removed. So it might be down there, some type of magical effect. So let's be careful, yeah?
Yeah, I don't care about staring at some, obelisk or something like that. Nothing bad ever happens.
So I'm letting you know, Dwally. So,
Dwally nods. "Oh, yeah, no, that's good to know. Double care for Alice. Griffin, make sure you're watching every which way." And you see both Alice and Griffin kind of give a nod. With some ropes tied off, they tie them around like the stone nearby, let them trail down. You notice Alice is the first one to descend. She climbs down a little bit, and then you see she lights a torch and throws it down further and lighting up this area down below. And then she descends the rest of the way.
I feel like she needs someone there. Maybe can I go down next, Adam?
You can if you wish. It looks like Griffin was getting ready to go down next. He's the other scout, but yeah, if you like say you want to go next, he's certainly happy to let you.
Tavard, do you want to go down there, Tavard? Because if not, I will, because they probably need someone with at least the level 6 abilities.
I'd rather stay up here in case we get attacked from the north. That way I can defend.
I can
Alright.
go down.
Okay, Thorn. Go for it. Good luck.
Okay. So the rope's secure and everything.
Wally nods.
You guys
Oh, it's been tied. Yeah, it's just good and fine. It's strong.
All right. Well, Thorn kind of looks and he will descend the rope. And I guess it's a cool time to mention that I took this really random feat that I've always wanted, but I figured I'd throw it on my backup character. But I got this climbing doesn't cost me extra movement thing, so he can shimmy up and down a rope pretty quickly.
All right, nice. So it's like going down a fireman pole.
Yeah, he's pretty quick with it.
All right, you just descend down below where you notice Alice is making her way forward.
I'll give the rope like a good shimmy shimmy, letting them know I'm down.
All right, yeah, it's only a 20-foot descent, so they can even hear you if you're talking up and so forth. And Griffin looks down and he says, "Oi, am I coming down now?" And Alice says, "Oh, yes, come on down, Griffin." And he also slides down the rope. You notice Griffin then picks up the torch. Oh, look at that. Is that the door?
Looks like one, yes. I'm not good with architecture. I don't know.
Is that what a door looks like? A door? I don't know. I'm not good with architecture.
Griffin makes his way over here with the torch held up high, and he looks to the north and he says, "Oh, that passage is so blocked off by rubble. I don't think we're making our way anyway that way unless we're going to spend a lot of time."
Come on, come down. Who's next?
"Oh, there's another hole over here. And oh my goodness, it's so much hotter over here."
What's the
curiosity-
scout's name again? There's Alice and...
Yes, if you put your cursor on the token, their names should pop up momentarily.
Oh, oh, there's one. Ah, there it goes. Griffin. Don't go too far, Griffin. Let everyone get down first.
"There's just a hole over here. There's nowhere further to go unless we climb further down." Back up top, you see Dwally looking around. He's kind of like tapping. You can see he's a bit anxious, and then he leans over into the hole. "Oi, what's going on down there? Are we coming down or what?"
Thorn will come underneath and look up. Looks like there's a couple of holes that go down deeper, but there is some kind of door to some kind of... I'm not quite sure, Dwally. But you should come down.
You see Dwally looks back to the rest of you guys and kind of strokes at his chin a bit and says, "I don't know. I don't like this. We're kind of splitting up a bit because we can't leave this place totally undefended, right? Because in case they're coming. So who's going down and who's staying up?"
I'll go. Hey, Thorn. What's the plan? What do you see? Do you need all of us down there, or we should all go, or we all come back up?
Why don't you leave the red-headed woman and the blue boy up there, and the rest of you come down?
What about the expedition team?
I think maybe a couple of the miners?
Well, they're not
There's
going to
not
come
a lot
down,
of
Adam.
space, Ian.
Yeah, they're not
I
going to
mean,
come down if it's not safe. So that's one.
it's
And
safe. There's nothing down here but a door and a hole.
Okay, then why do we need everyone down there if it's do you want to go through the door?
What is this, Adam?
It looks like a massive pile of rubble.
I'll go back to the
Saline,
hole and look up and say, I mean, there's a lot of things to explore down here, Dean. There's a pile up of rubble. There's a door that leads to a chamber we haven't looked into. And then we can feel where that heat is coming from that hole. It gets hotter.
but the expedition team, we can't leave them up here by themselves. So all of us, 9 plus everyone, including the redhead and the blue man.
I mean, there's enough space for everyone.
Saline, you look quiet in the corner. Are you discomforted from this course of action?
I just don't like this. With the orcs setting up a barricade somewhere up north, eventually, when they see that we're not coming, they'll move back to try to reclaim their uh, initial post. And if they do that, then we have no way out, and the expedition is trapped between a rock and a hard place. I am also concerned that I don't know what happened to the blinded orc, and that whatever did that to him is somewhere down there.
Well, we're moving forward at something. Would you feel better if we just frontal assault on the orcs?
Not when they're ready for us. And if we go down there, they might secure this top position, and we'd have a really hard time getting back up.
No, they'd cut our ropes for sure. We'd be stuck down there, there's no doubt.
Thorn looks up and says, I can barely hear you, but if you're worried about not getting out, there's other ways out of here from down here, I could tell. We wouldn't be trapped. We just have to find a new way. It's kind of what we're here for anyways.
Yeah, we're exploring.
I don't like it, but if you're all sure.
Well, I'm not sure at all, but that's all part of exploring, right? No,
If anything, there's a 20-foot hole between us and the orcs down here.
All right, we should go down. If we want, we could try to get the ropes out so they can't see that we went down the hole. Would that make you feel better somehow?
I don't know how you would do that.
Well, with taking fall damage, but we could do it.
I could probably scale that wall up and down. I could unlatch the ropes after you finish.
Yeah, and then we take fall damage, but it's what?
Climb down first.
Yeah.
Climb down first, and then I'll climb up, unattach, climb back down. I mean, it'll take us a minute, but we can hide our ropes.
Yeah, would that make you feel better, Celine? We cover our tracks that think that they don't know where we are?
Yeah, maybe.
All right, let's go. Rope's over here. Come on, Celine, you can do it.
But then the problem is if we have to beat a hasty retreat down there, then we wouldn't be able to get up very easily.
It is a tomb-like situation.
You have a lot of escape plan options. I like it, but come on.
Go ahead, Celine.
Have a look nothing to escape from yet.
see if you feel better down there, Celine.
I go down the rope.
Okay, because your strength is super terrible, I'm going to ask for a blind check as you climb down, Saline.
I don't know if I would describe it as super terrible. Maybe slightly below average.
Well, enough that it failure's reasonably possible. Say that.
He's body shaming me over here.
I always, in my head, when I think about...
Can someone, help hold the rope, at least?
You're getting advantage from the rope already, so it wouldn't mechanically help anymore. But surprisingly, you descend without any issue, and you get to the bottom.
I just want everyone to know that I never doubted myself. It hurts my feelings that anyone else might have doubted me.
Look, half of Celine's fears about coming down this hole was, can I even climb up and down the rope?
All right, I'm next, Adam.
All right, you descend down without much issue.
And I said, Tavard, you're last, and the redhead and the blue boy.
All right, so is your intent here to bring the entire expedition down? Is that what your goal is?
Yeah, and then hide our tracks behind us.
Okay, so
Like,
all
take
right,
the
so
rope.
everybody's going to be down. Thorn's the last one up, takes the last rope, and then you're manually climbing down.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm just going to one by one start bringing the expedition down as they make their way down. Okay, and some of them do indeed struggle with this, but not so much that they fall. So, like, some of them take a little bit longer, or they're just moving really, really slowly, but eventually they make their way down. Let's see, and then Tavard, you are one of the last to make your way down, but you do so and find yourself moving out. Thorn, you climb back up, detach the ropes, and then you're going to have to try to free climb down, which this is going to be pretty rough because there's no easy ways to climb. So I'm picturing this mostly as like a, well, I guess tell me what you think, but there's a hole, and obviously you could just jump or fall, but when you say climb from the top, I'm not sure like how you attempt to climb.
Well, I imagine he uses the rope to shimmy back up to the top, right? And he'll put one hand up and he'll detach. I mean, I don't know how many ropes we have, but he'll detach the rope so it falls down behind him. And then so he's hanging onto the edge of the wall. And he's 6'5", so I imagine hanging, he's probably already about halfway down. So I think he would probably just
So
drop down.
to detach the rope, you'd have to be next to the rock plinth, which is like 8 feet away from the hole. So you would have to detach the rope and then get like let the
Oh,
rope
it's
go.
tied. It's tied up top. Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah,
Yes.
that's fine. Yeah, that's
Okay,
fine.
so I imagine you're kind of getting on your belly and backing up, and then basically trying to lower yourself as much as you can, and then kind of falling.
I mean, if there's not any handholds on the wall, but I imagine as a rocky surface, he could probably find plenty of handholds to
I would
climb
say
down.
if you were going from the bottom to the top, then maybe. I'm just trying to picture how you go from the top to the bottom and find handholds, right? Does that
Just
make
make way.
sense?
Everyone
It
clear
does.
the way in case he falls.
Okay. So what I'm going to say is like you're trying to lower yourself as best you can. I mean, you're not like Spider-Man, so you can't go flat and like get your feet into it. So go ahead and throw me a blind check, and we're going to see how well this is.
Sure, sure. He'll throw his hero point on it because
I was thinking that, Bill, but you didn't say anything.
I was trying. I didn't want to interrupt everyone when they were talking, but I'm like, hello, I got free
I
fall
was just
people. I
thinking.
tried to.
I was just thinking that up there, but I didn't know if you were wanting to go down or not. But that was the
I didn't know
plan.
what they were. I didn't
So
understand what the plan was.
So Thorin, you detach it, you climb down as best you can, you lower yourself as much as you can, and then you do have to do a drop. That drop ends up being somewhere around 13 feet or so, something like that. So you land, and it does hurt a little bit, but 4 damage, not the end of the world, and you find yourself back down below. Okay, and with that, now that everybody is down below and we are halfway through our session, let's go ahead and pause here, folks, and we'll pick up on the other side.
Cool.
Alrighty, we are back into the session. Let's get everybody over to where we left off, which is currently underground, even deeper now. So as we find ourselves in this even deeper underground, the heat has certainly increased here. So as a reminder, it was like approximately 60 degrees in the tunnel area. When you guys were getting closer in this direction, it went up a little bit. When you guys crossed the area of the stones, it was more like 70 degrees. Now that you've descended this 20 feet, getting closer to the source of that heat, whatever it is, it's probably closer to about 80 degrees at this point.
Toasty. Griffin has another hole down here, but there's a door, and obviously that's something important to look at.
Oh, and Serena, we believe that the orc's blindness came from something he experienced, not because he was born that way. It was like he was a warrior stripped of his eyes. There was nothing there. There was just skin over his eyes, or where his eyes should be.
Whoa.
Oh, I meant to dissect his skull, didn't I? Dang it.
Well, it's back there. It's not going anywhere.
Okay.
All right. Dwali, what do you want to do? You want to open this door? There's also this big old pile of rubble over here.
You
Looks like there
notice
was a ladder.
Dwali's actually examining these pillars that are on the ground here, and he is like conferring with some of the other expedition members. You hear him talking and saying like, "Oh, look at the stonework here. This is odd. When do we think this? How many years ago?" So they seem to be really much immersed in like analyzing the rock and rubble.
So we dropped straight down from up above.
Yeah, so you guys, this like darkened, shadowy area represents where you guys came down. And if you were to climb straight up there, you're back in that tunnel where you guys were fighting the Orogs.
Okay, thanks.
Sure.
What does the door look like, Adam?
This is a prominent stone door. The circular structure looks to be also maybe almost like a small tower or a small structure of some kind. You can't tell exactly where the structure starts. It's almost like it's embedded in the ground. So how far it has sunk into the ground, if it was built here, it's so hard to tell. But the door itself is prominent stone.
Any writings or petroglyphs or markings on there?
None that you see from where you are.
How about now?
As you stare, looking straight at the door, there might be something there. Hard to see. Maybe it's covered with dust?
Alright, I'm going to do a produce flame in my hand and see if on my finger and see if I can get a little closer look.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely dust on this door all over the place.
Serena's gonna wipe it off.
Serena, as you wipe the dust off, you vanish. Anybody outside do anything
That was a cool-
immediately?
That was a cool trick.
I'm gonna wipe the dust off. Touch the door or whatever, yep.
All right, you also vanished, Ian.
Oh,
That's
God.
interesting.
Celine, hold on a second.
Dwali.
What are you? You're not here anymore.
Right. Dwali looks up. What? Oh, where'd they go?
Apparently, if you touch this door, you disappear.
I'm gonna take away my produce flame, Adam.
Okay.
Adam, I'm going to come over here and I want to listen through the door.
Give me a blind check. All you can hear is the sound of these loud dwarves kind of moving the rubble around and talking with one another.
Adam, can I ask what this is?
That is a large section of rubble. It looks like maybe similar to this other rubble, but larger. Probably maybe a tower at one time. It's hard to say.
Before I go through the door, I want to look up to see, does it look like there was like an avalanche, or does it look like these here were put there on purpose?
Blind check as well, there, Tabard. Yeah, as best you can tell, you're getting the strong suspicion that the objects right around you, this structure, the plinths or the ruined towers, whatever they were, this was probably all on the surface at one time, or at least higher up in elevation, and somehow has fallen down here. Why the towers were destroyed, but this circular other structure seems like intact and not damaged at all is anyone's guess.
I'm going to mention that to the other doors. It looks like that was caved in there, blah, blah, blah.
And you see the dwarves kind of look up towards you, and then they look over to Dwali. Dwali looks at you, looks back down. Oh, yeah, that might be. We'll have to keep looking.
Well, there's clearly something magical going on here that might be protecting this structure from the ruin that befell everything else. I'm worried about what happened to our friends, though. They seem to not be here anymore.
I'm going to do something that's probably not going to do any good, but I'm going to go ahead and put some rope right here at him.
Okay.
I'm going to hold on to my end of my rope.
You want me to hold your rope? I see where
Yep.
you're going with this. I got it. Here, I'll hold.
Yep. And then after he holds the rope, I'm going to go ahead and try to push open the door.
All right, you also disappear. Serena, I just saw your question. It does not work. So as you appear, your hands are suddenly empty as you don't have rope. On your side, Thorin, the rope that was being held by Tavern is just suddenly flat in the air and falls and hits the ground.
Having watched this happen, does it look like they're like disintegrating, or what
You
kind of
don't
magical
see
effect?
you don't see any ash or anything down below that would give you that impression.
Oh my god.
You're the smart one. You should go in there. They're gonna need you.
Adam, I'm
In
going to
there.
touch
We don't
this
know where
side
they
of the door.
went. They just vanished.
It is solid Tavern, and nothing happens.
Okay. I'm going to go on this door here. I'm going to get my warhammer, and I'm going to tap on the door. I'm not going to try to smash it. More like a doorknob.
Tap it. Okay. Give me a blind check. It is quite quiet. You tap it ever so gently, and nothing seems to happen. Serena, as you do that, you don't hear any response. But Tavern and Dian, you hear Serena shouting, like trying to see maybe if someone could hear her, but only the two of you hear her. However, after that very loud shout, you also hear what sounds like movement from inside this area. I'm going to go ahead and lock the tokens. So, Thorin and Celine, as you are standing outside kind of looking at this, I'm trying not to metagame this too much, but are you intending to try to touch the store immediately? Are you planning to stand out here and, gauge what is going on for a while? What are you doing?
I mean, if I don't hear anything from like Tavern's tapping or anything, she has no idea that they might. I mean, it's probably a hypothesis that they might be inside the structure somewhere, but I mean, she's a very cautious character, so I don't think she would just dive right in, right?
Okay.
I think
maybe, like-
Thorn would probably end up grabbing her hand and then touching the door, but just being like, "Come on."
So, say that again, Thorin. You're trying to grab Celine and then step forward and touch the door?
Yeah, I want to see if like it's like a electric shock, like if it'd travel with both of us.
Okay, so Celine, when you see him trying to do that, are you resisting? Are you letting him do that?
I'll allow it.
Okay, so Thorin, you touch Celine and then touch the door. You vanish. Celine, you're standing here, and Thorin has vanished. And I'm going to unlock tokens just momentarily. Relocking the tokens. So, again, I don't want to put any decisions in your, force you to any decisions. Do you think Celine would now stay out here for, like at least say a minute or two trying to figure out what's going on? Or is she immediately going forward and touching the door?
Can I try to mage hand the door first? So give me like one round out here, and then if that doesn't work, she'll touch the door, because she now feels kind of alone out here.
Okay, fair enough. So that will be the plan. Okay, so those of you that are inside... Those of you that are inside this structure, after the loud shout kind of comes to an end, you hear the sound of movement. And I would say Thorn and Serena, since you're not right up against the wall, you notice the head of a statue suddenly enters your plane of sight. So you were kind of just, looking about, couldn't really see much. Suddenly this statue comes into view, and I'm going to ask you guys not to move your tokens just yet. But I'm going to move this statue to where it actually is now. So basically where you're looking, you guys can see up this way. This is like 10 feet up, right? So you can't see the full statue just based on this cutting off your vision. But you can see, I would probably say, the chest and head, maybe even the upper like abdomen of the statue as it's looking down in your direction. Seemingly, you presume that it's sort of like heard you. Is there anything that you do right away?
I put my finger to my lips like in a shush motion.
Okay.
Better late than never.
All right. Moments
Let's
later,
see.
after the 6
Oh.
seconds of the mage hand, I'm going to say, Saline, you suddenly pop in.
So touching it with the mage hand teleported me? Okay.
No, touching it with the mage hand did nothing, but we're not in rounds yet, right? So you do this, nothing happens, and you said the next thing you do was touch it. So this is like 6 seconds later.
Gotcha.
All right, so you suddenly appear inside of this chamber. Is there anything you guys are doing immediately other than Saline since she just popped in?
No,
I
I'm
warned
hugging the
her to
wall.
be quiet.
Yeah, I'm hugging the wall in silence.
Okay, so as you're doing that and trying to be as quiet as you can, Dean, you hear a voice in your head suddenly, and it's very quiet, almost like a whisper. And when you try to listen to these words, an image forms in your head as though somehow this image is being sent to you. It shows you ascending the stairs and then bowing before the statue, where your eyes are suddenly removed, and then you see yourself on the other side of the door.
I resist.
It's not forcing you to do anything. It's just an image that goes in your head.
Does he look like catatonic when this happens to him, Adam?
No, I mean, unless he says that's what he looks like. That's just an image. How he reacts is up to him.
So I will stop Serena. I'll put my hand out. Like, don't go up there. Like, come back. And I don't know if I can, but I wish I could telepathically talk. But I'm gonna, I guess, whisper. We just yelled. It's not coming down the stairs. I'll say, I just had an image of this, and I'll describe it to him, Adam.
I guess we figured out how that orc lost his eyes.
Aren't we clever?
Yeah, but
I
now
like my eyes.
All right, this image repeats in your head this time, Dean, and you feel almost like the very beginnings of a headache.
Okay, we need to get out of here. Out the door. How do we open the door? Tavard, open the door.
Does somebody lockpick?
Do you think we could break it? The statue. If we break it, it could break whatever's going on.
I'm happy to fight it.
I mean, that door's locked behind us. We're not going anywhere.
All right, so fight for our eyes.
Actually,
Well, that sounds like kind of like what we have to do.
I'm gonna try to search for a secret room or anything like that. Let's see if maybe there's another way we just can't see.
So typically searching an area of this size is going to take you somewhere between 2 to 3 minutes. Are you willing to devote that amount of time, Tavern?
Well, I am. Yeah, while the brain cells there are figuring out what to do next.
Okay.
All right, let me
I'll-
go. Let me go
I'll-
with him. No, I need to
Yeah,
give him light.
I would go with him.
I need to give him light though.
Okay, so you conjure a produce flame and burn your finger accidentally when you do it. And then you start looking around, seeing what you can find. Yeah, so this is going to take some time. So as this time is going on, and Serena, you're trying to assist as best you can. Thorn, Saline, anything you're doing immediately?
Can I just look at the door behind me, see if I see any kind of runes or anything? Like, we were talking about there was some on the other side, maybe, before they touched it and trapped us all in here. But
So what I will say is the marked difference of the inside to the outside is on the outside there's rubble, there's dust, there's dirt. That seemed to be caking the structure and the door as well. Inside, this is almost like a I'm trying to think of the appropriate word, but think of like a super clean, like white alabaster rock or stone. You see no specks of dirt, dust, nothing. The impression you get is the inside, this chamber, has not been exposed to the outside for maybe ever, but if not very, very long time. There's no signs of dust, debris, nothing like that.
got it. So no markings on the door or anything?
None. Honestly, you don't even see a handle. You know the door's there because it's shaped like a door, but you don't even see a handle.
See.
Can I push on the door, Adam?
You can, yeah. You push on the door and it feels like solid wall. All right, so
Yeah,
this vision is starting to pulse in your head now, Dean. So imagine almost like a tape playing, and then when you're like 10 seconds into the tape, it plays again. So now you're seeing both the 10-second mark and the 1 second mark, and it's starting to like loop over and over and over in your head. It's getting really intense.
Are you guys done looking for whatever you're looking for?
Kind of reminds me of my kids would watch the same movies over and over and over again. Oh my gosh.
So I'm holding this produce flame only so you guys can look carefully. And when you're done, I'm killing that statue.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so so there's no other actions you're taking until the 2 to 4 minutes for searching is complete, right?
Ugh, 2 to 4 minutes of a headache.
Tough
Tell
it out.
Stop.
Thorn reaches into his bag and pulls out a bottle of ibuprofen.
I'll wait till I roll a psychic damage dice, I guess.
Okay. All right. So as you're searching around here, you haven't quite searched long enough to make a check yet. Dean, I need a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, here he goes. All right, here we go. Watch this. Sorry.
That is a blind.
Nope.
Yep.
Oh, inspiration.
All right. Go ahead and click your inspiration. Okay. So that's a
Nice, not
17
bad.
plus 8 for 25. Okay. So you can feel this vision pounding in your head so strongly. Part of you wants to just do it to get this to stop because this is relentless. It's over and over and over again, but you grit your teeth and you manage to hold off.
Okay, so I realize that I'm the wisest person of this whole party, and I don't think my friends are going to be able to survive that wisdom saving throw. So I'm going to start casting a spell at them.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put us into turn order in that case.
Okay.
Okay, so as you see, Dean here is struggling with this headache. You notice he's like getting ready to act. And Celine, when you notice this, is there anything you do?
I look to see what he's doing. Is he looking in somewhere in particular? Because I don't think she ever
Yes.
saw the statue, right? 'Cause she
I'm
was
looking at the
here.
upper area, intending to cast a spell. Yes.
So because you're not right up against the wall, Celine, if you look to your west, you can see the upper abdomen, chest, head of the statue up above.
Oh shit.
And I look in pain, and like I was just tempted beyond belief, and am looking at that statue like it's a demon.
Oh shit. All right. Well, it worked so well the first time. So,
And-
what's that?
Serena's pointing to it too.
Okay. It worked so well the first time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cast Bless. On. I will upcast this. I think I will cast it at 2nd level, and I will get. Since Dean's doing something. I will get everyone except for. Who do I trust the most? I'll get everyone except the new guy, since I blessed him last time. So, the 4 of us minus Thorn are now blessed.
Oh, okay.
F and G.
Thank you.
Hopefully that will help resist any ill effects that it throws our way. I will check that for myself. And then you said it's upstairs. Talk to me about the layout of this room. Like, is this spot to my left? Like, if I were to move down here, would I like break line of
There's
sight
stairs
from it?
over there as I stare at the statue with disdain.
Serena, I'm going to move you back since we're in turn order. But Celine, when you look at this, so this is a ridge. This is 10 feet above. So it's 10 feet off of ground level. You notice that this extends down here. This is also 10 feet above ground level. Everything else is flat and a wall. You just heard Dean say that there is stairs. So if you know where those are, you know where those are.
That is okay. As the squishy wizard who sits in the back, I do not want to be up the first up the stairs. Is there a place I can stand underneath this, or is this a sheer wall here?
There's no overhang, so you can lean up against the wall, and it wouldn't. If you're trying to like avoid the statue seeing you, you think if you're right up against the wall, unless it moves right up against the edge, it's not going to be able to see you from where it is currently.
Okay. I will do that. She wants to get as close to something resembling cover as we can. It's probably not going to work very well since this is a round room, but I mean, yeah, that's it.
Okay, in your head, these visions keep looping, Dia. No additional effect quite yet. Serena, your turn.
Sorry. So, what does it exactly look like?
It looks to be a humanoid type statue. I might even have a description for you here. So this looks to be a muscular, giant, well-proportioned statue with smooth marble white skin.
So it's quite large.
It is large
And I
size,
saw it.
yes.
And I saw it move before, right?
Well, you didn't see it technically move, but you didn't see it before, and then suddenly you saw its head, so you're assuming that, yes, it moved.
I'm going to hold my action to swing Shipwrecker if it gets close to, if it moves forward.
Okay, you ready your action to strike at the creature if it moves. Anything else in your turn, Serena? All right, Dean.
All right. So, is there a point? Now I know it's up high, but is there a point within range? Just a point, an occupied space. I mean, I don't care if it's a freaking wall. Anything I could see from my angle that I can. I'm going to conjure 2 lions up there because that's what Dean would do.
So I'm gonna say that you have to be able to see. Oh, okay, there we go. Deleting the token and fix that issue. So you have to be able to see where you want the lions to appear, which I usually take to mean like see the ground that you're placing them on. I don't know that you could make it like conjure them in midair kind of thing. That would seem kind of weird. As far as spacing goes, lions are large creatures, and
Yes.
you would really only have space for one lion up there even.
All right, but an occupied space. So that would make sense because a wall you can't occupy in D&D. So,
Right. Is this the which spell specifically is this?
But conjure animals. It's 2 level 1, and I already looked. And of course, Dean's a lion guy. I would throw a couple lions up there.
Okay, so a couple reminders. When you cast Conjure Animals, you actually don't get to pick the animals that appear, right? You say, I want to conjure, and because of our house rule, it's either 1 CR2 or 2 CR1, so those are your options, and then the DM decides what actually appears. You can suggest things, but I'm really careful with that because I don't want to be like, oh, I'll take your suggestion, and then I don't, and then it suddenly seems like I'm being evil, right? So,
Yeah.
so usually what I do is I like try to just randomly determine what it's going to be because I feel like that's what is most appropriate. So let's see, unoccupied spaces that you can see. Like if it was flying creatures, I would be fine with you summoning them in the air. But because it's like a terrestrial creature, it seems weird to summon it in the air. So yeah, I'm going to say you have to summon it on the ground. If you summon it in the air, I guess what I'll tell you is it's very likely you're going to summon some kind of flying beast.
I don't even know if there's a CR. I thought it
Oh,
said
there is.
choose.
No, you'll notice that it says choose one of the following options for what appears, and then you go through and you choose one of the options. The actual creatures that appear are up to the DM. This one is one that's all over the FAQs and Sage Advice because it's
Oh.
so prone to abuse. because people have found very certain selections and they know, oh, if I pick this, it can like totally upend the game balance. So this is
Okay.
like one of the most common, yeah, that's not how it works things.
Then I'm not gonna move because I started with this. It's a reaction to get out of my fucking head. I'm just throwing the spell up there at him. So I'm gonna conjure animals. I guess it's gonna be a flying creature then.
Okay, and
That's
you
all.
want the 2 CR1 options, right?
Yeah, that'd be great. There, I spent the spell slot, I think. Well, I took it out, so I took a spell slot out of level 3.
2
Alright.
massive chickens.
I don't know what's gonna pop up. This is a weird world we live in.
Or flamingos.
I don't know. It's surreal, right? It's a different.
Okay, so I've got a collection of different things here. I'm going to eyeball what would make sense.
My first time casting Adam. I'm sorry.
No, you know, that's totally fine. Okay, I see 3 options that kind of make sense and a quick glance. So throw me a D3, please. 3. Oh, this might be an interesting one.
Bunch of mosquitoes.
You're not far off. You're not far off. This is actually a swarm of bees.
Oh God.
2 massive swarms of bees.
At least they obeyed my command, so don't worry about that.
All right, so you're
Not the
summoning these
bee.
up above. Okay, and in fact, the swarm is actually considered medium-sized, so I'm going to put both of them up here. Is it your intent to put them up like in this area, or I could be totally
Yes.
misgauging that? Okay,
No,
so
right next to the statue. Tell them to kill the statue.
right next to the statue. Okay, all right. So let me just make sure. Da 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 da. Okay, I think that looks good. All right, then let me go ahead and give you access to the sheet. Okay, now you should have access to the sheet. Let me put it somewhere that you can find easily. Okay, so I've got it right under your Wildfire Spirit. You should have access to that sheet. You should be able to see it. All the stats and all that are there for you. So you are now concentrating, because this is Conjure Animals, so I'm going to add the concentration icon. All right, that is your action. Anything else?
Yeah, I tell them to kill the statue, and I'm going to slam my body up against this wall and concentrate.
Okay, so it looks like they get their own initiative, so I'm going to allow you to go ahead and roll that. Just throw me a d20. We're going to add 4 for their initiative. All right, so their initiative is 22. All right, that puts them at the tippy top, so their turn will come back around at the top of the round. All right, so that's your action move. Anything else?
End my turn, I guess. Oh, I moved my. Yeah, I moved my token, and I can't end my turn. I broke D&D.
The scripts crashed. Give it a try now. Okay, Tabard.
I sort of
Alright.
envision this like a. Wait, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear
I
you.
can't.
Okay. There's like a pizza wedge of black that I can't see. What is blocking my vision?
Once we get to your turn, I'll probably remove that just to make it easier for you. But the intent is when you're down here, you can't see up here. So technically on this space, there's a blocker that you can't see here and here. But you should be able to see. So once it's your turn, I'll probably remove that.
Okay, I
Show
think
the other 6 statues waiting to attack us.
I just don't want to give all these guys down below the advantage of what's seeing up there quite yet.
I'll say the bees are gonna kill him.
Seeing the bees or hearing the bees and seeing Serena run up there, I'm going to go up there too. So I'm not stopping in her space, Adam, but I'm able to get inside here like this. I don't know.
Yeah, you
far-
can. Yep. So
Okay.
that the statue takes up the 4 squares, right? So yes, you could certainly go like that.
All right, I'm just gonna go here, and I'm going to assume that they want me to attack the statue. So if he's summoning bees and she's running up here, I'm just going to go. I get to whack something. My sheet is acting really slow right now.
Nice. All right, you strike the creature, critically hitting it. Is your warhammer magical?
My monk is because I'm level 6.
All right, and that feature says even with weapons that you attack with?
Yes, with monk weapons.
Go ahead and post that for me just real quick.
It's like their designated weapon, something like that.
Yeah. I think this one here may be it.
Yeah, there it is.
He means your
Yeah, I know. I just
key empowered whatever.
let me take a look at which one that is at level 6 for a monk.
So level 6 key empowered strikes, it says your unarmed strikes count as magical for the purposes of overcoming resistance and immunity to magical attacks and damage. Is that the one you're referring to?
Yes, but I thought it was all monk weapons.
I didn't
But
think so.
I
That's
guess
why I
not.
wanted to double check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was, but I guess not.
So you
It's,
smack. Yeah, go ahead,
I
Jordan.
was just gonna say I think that's the Kensei subclass that does
Yeah,
that.
Kensai does
Maybe,
get that.
maybe so. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay, so you strike into this creature solidly, like a perfect hit to the point where you're thinking, wow, that's a critical hit. But in fact, it is not. In fact, this does 0 damage as the creature is immune to non-magical weapon attacks. However, what you have done is as you strike the creature, even though it deals no damage, immediately you see that the creature's body shimmers as hundreds of eyes suddenly open on the body of the creature. I'm going to swap out this statue figure for a more appropriate token. Which
What
you
the fuck?
now see this creature with all of these eyes on it, and light seems to be emanating from this chest eye. Please continue your turn, Tabard.
All right. Seeing that my beautiful hammer did absolutely nothing, I'm going to go ahead and do. I'm going to go ahead and use a key point for patient defense. I may need the attributes for that. And I'm going to punch the thing with my fist.
All right, channeling ki into your fist, you punch outward, striking the creature and damaging it. All right, you have wounded the creature.
And I'm going to say, doesn't seem to care about my hammer, so I punched it with my fist.
Okay, Thorn.
Yeah, Thorn has 0 in the way of magic. So he's gonna come here and I guess from right here he could probably see it, huh, Adam?
Yeah, you can see at least the upper part of it.
Okay. He's just gonna give it a shot to see if maybe when it shifted form, it's now susceptible to normal attack. So he's gonna do a bonus action, and he's gonna do its quick toss superiority die. So he just quickly draws a hand axe from his side, and you see him launch it up at the creature.
All right, so just quickly checking, what was in your hands before you drew?
Just my shield, because that's all I got.
All right, so you had a free hand open. That's typically how you walk around, is shield with and then an open hand?
Well, he would have had to touch the door, right?
Yeah, if you look
But
in
he
my
grabbed my hand.
If you look in my bio, Adam, you know I always got that in there for you.
I'll take your word for it. Yeah, I was just thinking when
Yeah.
you were walking around the cave, it seemed like you always had a hand axe and torch. So I was just making sure. But yeah, if that's your typical.
Yeah, I've got dark vision right now, so I don't need to have a hand on my torch. So he just has a shield. That was like the whole reason why he had dark vision cast on him. So he's got a shield on and then just a free hand, and he's got a free hand so he can use this feature, quick toss.
Okay,
Like
all right.
the whole.
Yep,
Yeah.
no worries. So you draw a hand axe and you swipe it on up there, trying to strike into the creature. Unfortunately, the hand axe does not connect.
All right, cool. He's just gonna take the dodge action for now, knowing that his attacks might not do much, and he wants to see kind of what it does first. So he'll end his turn.
Okay, it is now the swarm of bees' turn here, Dian. Oh, did we lose Dian?
No, I hit the button. Do you see it?
Oh, okay, yep, I see it now. Okay, they tried to sting into the creature, but they do not connect. So the
That's
swarm,
all they can do.
yeah, the swarm's sort of moving around. They do have a reach of 5 feet, so they can stay there. There is 2 swarms, so you can have the other one attack as well. Yeah, neither one of these manages to connect against the creature.
So I can't see, so I can't command it to move. So I'm just gonna have to leave them there, guys. Sorry. If they're in your way, there's nothing I can do about it. Is what
It says they obey any verbal command. So as long as you're not trying to say, like, go 5 feet west, because, yeah, that would be hard to do without being able to see.
I'm just telling them to kill that thing. And it was a statue, and it changed. I hope that maybe they're not smart enough to know the difference. So.
No, yeah, they're focused on the statue, yeah.
Okay, copy that. Then we're good.
All right, so I will skip their turn then. We move to Saline.
All right, you said I could see it from the ground floor. Obviously not from where I'm at, but if I move 5, 10, can I get a beat on it?
Yes, you can see about half of it.
Okay, that's all I need. We're going to... You know it, you love it. We're casting Magic Missile. As soon as my character sheet loads.
All right, so you cast it at first level, so that's 15 points of force damage. Yes, each one of your magical darts strikes into the creature, impacting and damaging it.
And then she's going to go back and hide. Not mechanically hide, of course, but you know what I mean.
I gotcha. Okay, on the creature's turn. It is going to stretch its hands upward as the light from that center eye bursts forward in a huge explosion of light outward, and all the little eyes on its body seem to do the same. I will need, let's see, Tavard and Serena and Thorn to all make Constitution saving throws.
Oof, I'll use my inspiration.
All right, go ahead and burn that. All right, so 11 plus 6 plus 2, so we've got 19.
I got to use inspiration as well.
Okay.
And yeah, that sucks. So.
Did you click your inspiration to burn it?
Oh no, I just pushed it down. Sorry.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, as long as you reduce it, we're good. So
yeah,
okay.
So.
Yeah, so that'll still be a failure.
And then also what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and use, if it's a spell and everything, then I'll go ahead and use my Dwarven.
It's not a spell, but it is a magical effect. So yes, your Dwarven resistance certainly work on this. Go ahead and burn that.
Okay.
Okay, so that is Thorn has now succeeded and Tavard succeeded. Serena. Okay, Serena, that will be a failure. And a failure by more than 5. So not only are you blinded, but you are also stunned.
Hold on. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yep,
Oh, sorry.
Yep, we can hear you.
So why did my bless? Shouldn't... Shouldn't
you
Bless
have
be
to,
a part of that?
it should be, but you have to turn it on. Let me see if we got it on your sheet.
Well, I checked the box under the attacks.
Oh, there's a separate one for saves. So let's see. Oh, yeah, you don't have one for saves. Okay, let's go ahead and throw that in there for you. For now, just go ahead and roll a d4. Okay, so
Okay,
it'd be a
I'm
9.
gonna inspiration that one as well.
All right, go ahead and click your inspiration to roll that. Okay, that's much better. So 17 plus 5 plus 1. Yes, so you will succeed as well. So with all of you succeeding, this has no effect. And Serena, it is your turn.
Okay, I am going to.
Adam, that was I didn't have a
I
thing for
appreciate
that.
you building that in. That's perfect.
I am trying to recall if Shipwrecker is magical.
It is indeed
I mean-
magical.
Yeah, for sure.
Then I will go ahead and swing and see how that goes.
Your first swing misses. Your second swing is a critical hit. Go ahead and roll. I believe Shipwrecker is piercing, so go ahead and roll a piercing crit.
Oh, whoops.
No, you're good. That's fine. Now go ahead and roll the crit as well. If it says true crit, then obviously we know we take all that, and if not, we'll figure it out. Okay, twice as many dice as normal. Okay, that's
Nice.
normal. Let's see. For the next minute, the creature takes 1 piercing damage at the start of each of its turns unless it uses an action. Okay, so we're going to take all of that damage. So we've got 15, 20, 26. It is not resistant or immune to cold, so it'll take all of that damage.
I can just hear the disappointment in
Nice.
his voice.
Big hit. Big hit.
Maybe.
I thought for sure.
All right, so it is badly wounded from that strike, but it is still very sturdy. You can tell whatever this creature is, it is clearly a formidable opponent. Anything else, Serena?
Serena yells, "Is anybody trying to unlock that door or bust it down?" And then she's gonna Pam just for fun.
That will connect as well. Okay, you smash into the creature, wounding it with the other side of Shipwrecker.
And then she puts on some sunglasses and ends her turn.
All right, Dean.
All right. So I saw a Serena go to that spot and fire magic missiles, so I'm going to go to the same spot.
You mean
that she was
saline,
at.
but yes.
Oh, yeah, sorry. It's two. Yeah.
They sound similar, even though one's C and one's S. I got you.
All right. So then I'm firing these bad boys.
Scorching Ray. Okay, well, the reason I was like, it is completely immune to fire damage, Dean. So as your first Scorching Ray slams into it, it has no effect.
Well, here's 2 more for your joy and entertainment.
That one misses. The third one hits, though.
Good job. Good job.
Ugh.
I
Go
know the
back
feeling.
here. Immune to fire. Ugh.
Tabard.
All right. I don't have patient defense anymore. I am going to use flurry of blows instead. That'll use up my last key, but at least I get 4 attacks. It's punching time.
First one hits. Smacking in for 11. Second one hits. For 10. Third one hits.
Hell yeah, Bill.
Where'd you put Bill? What's going on here? Oh, okay, there we go. That
There
one
you go.
misses.
Wait a second. No, it doesn't. I'm using a hero point.
All right, so right now you're at 13 plus flanking is 15. Go ahead and roll your hero point. 18 is a miss.
I use another. Oh, okay.
Whoop, as I'm moving this guy. Go ahead, Thorn, your turn.
Thorn feels pretty like he can't do shit in this fight. I guess he'll give it a shot with striking with his weapon. It's not magical, but I don't think anyone struck this creature particularly with a non-magical weapon, so we'll see. He'll
Crit with a warhammer, but you know.
well, didn't you crit the regular statue, not the morph
Oh, true,
statue?
true. Yep, true.
Yeah, so I don't know. So we'll give it a shot, and then if not, he'll just go start smashing on the door. So he'll do actually I've got one superiority dice yet, so I'll do this to help Serena out if she's down, but I'll do the bait and switch. And she'll get a +3 to her AC. And
All
we'll
right.
change spots.
Serena,
If
are
she's
you
up-
okay with switching spots with Thorn?
Just for a second.
Sure. That's fine.
All right, I'm going to move her out of the way. Go ahead and move up, and then we'll scoot her over. All right, and so she has a +3 to AC. Okay.
Alright, and then he'll take his swing at the creature. He'll draw his battle axe at this point, so he's got shield battle axe, and he'll take a swing.
Okay. That first strike does connect, but has no effect.
Alright. So with his second strike. Wouldn't be possible to go for the center spot on his chest, would it? See if it's like weak.
You can certainly try, yeah.
Alright, well yeah, he'll do like a designated swipe at it, and then he'll get the hell out of the other people's way.
You try to aim for that center spot, but you're unable to connect.
Alright, he knows he might get swiped, but he's just gonna try to leap down. I don't know how far of a jump it is, Adam, but can he
Just
jump
10 feet.
here?
Yeah, you could drop 10
Yeah.
feet there, no worries. He is going to take an opportunity attack against you. As you try to get out of the way, you see his fist suddenly flashes forward very quickly.
Yeah, he'll like, Thorn will like cannonball up behind his shield and see if he can block it.
He can, yes. So as you're moving, you raise your shield. The fist hits your shield, and you feel this tremendous force, but because you're falling down, you're able to collect yourself and suffer no effects.
I can't go around, so I'm just gonna move my token that way. Sorry.
Yeah, no
But
worries.
He'll go here, and he'll that would be, hang on, 5, 10, 15. So he'll go here to Dean.
Where can I add those 3 to my AC?
We'll remember because it only lasts for one round, so don't worry about calculating that for just right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna go
Until
ahead
the
and
start of my next turn.
I'm gonna go ahead and remove most of these. This one it looks like I can't grab because it's too small, but I'm gonna remove most of those because you guys know what's up there now. All right, Swarm of Bees' turn. That sting will miss, as will that one. Anything else for the bees?
Well, no, I'm not even seeing what's up there technically, so nothing.
Okay, Saline.
Alright, how tall is the ceiling here?
The ceiling is about 25 feet from the ground level where you're at right now.
And how tall is the statue? Or monster, or whatever it is?
Based on what you've seen so far, maybe 7 feet?
Alright, is there a way, if I come over here, she knows that it was or used to be a statue, so she's gonna try shatter here. Can I aim it in a place like up in the air where it won't hit my party? But it will hit the
What is the radius of
football.
shatter?
10 feet radius.
10.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah,
I
if
would
you
like
basically put it in the back corner, yeah, that would work.
put it on the back corner, clip his head with it.
Okay.
Is her goal there. So we're gonna. I guess I have that in my bar still.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's on Smart AoE. We'll just make sure we put it in a spot that he's the only one in the area. And let me move this for you slightly. All right, that should do the trick. Can you select it there still with trigger all? All right, he succeeds on the save. He will take 5 points of thunder damage, and yes, he will take that.
Okay, so he's not vulnerable as a statue monster or anything. Good to know. So then I will come back to my original spot and turn.
Okay, the creature's turn. He just took a walloping from the monk, and he didn't like that too much. So, Tavern, he turns towards you, and you see he takes 2 slam attacks, striking down, trying to crush you. I'll need 2 defense rolls. All right, the first one you are struck on as the fist slams down solidly, dealing 25 points of bludgeoning damage. But the second...
I take half of that. I take half of that.
Post the... I know what ability you're for, but go ahead and post that for me.
I'm a dwarf?
Yes, but post the exact wording.
Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, dense body. Oh, non-magical. Okay, all right.
So unfortunately, full damage.
Adam
Okay.
had that on quick draw. He was ready.
I had to double check. I couldn't remember how dense body was worded, but I thought that might come into play. So yes, 25 points of damage to Tabard, but yes, you then ready for the second swipe, and it misses.
Yeah, but I just want to point out that I think I did as much damage as it did to me, so we're good.
All right, fair enough. All right, Serena, your turn.
So, seeing that it has other types of attacks besides trying to blind me, I'm going to go into a rage.
Okay.
Let me get our little flump.
Okay, so your intangible spirit appears, but just as an FYI, I built that effect roll in for you. So notice it's at the bottom there, and it is not going to, it's going to succeed at save on that, so it's not going to take any additional effects this round.
From the explosion, right?
Correct.
I'm gonna move here. And
So just a quick reminder, Serena, if you stay where you were, you would be flanking with Tavern, you'd get that +2 to hit.
oh, we do flanking. That's fun. I'll stay there then. I'm just gonna keep swinging.
All right, just keep swinging. The Nemo effect, let's see it. So with flanking, that becomes a 20, which now hits. Go ahead and post damage.
Nice.
Smashing the creature badly. 21 will also hit. 11 more damage. The creature is getting smashed repeatedly.
And I think that's about all I can do.
Okay, Dean.
I mutter under my breath as I pass. Fire is no use. 5, 10, 15 to there. I'm going to try to tentacle rod. Hit him.
Okay.
He might have some advantages, I'm not sure, but I have nothing else to do.
The first one will miss. The second one will connect. And yes, that is magical damage, so that will wound him, but the third one will also miss. Okay, Taver, you just took a walloping. You're standing face to face with a creature.
I did not. Barely hit me.
That's not what your health bar says.
Health bar's a liar. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and swing twice and then use my bonus action to punch as well.
All right, let's see it.
With flank and the blessing of the gods, and I'm sure there's some other good stuff coming my way, I hope.
I believe in you, Bill.
That connects. Wounding the creature with the first hit. A critical hit!
God,
Whoa!
you can't stop it. You can't be
Bill,
stopped.
what the hell?
Twice as many damage, and the next attack against creature has advantage. All right, go ahead and post damage. We'll take both of those die rolls. All right, so that's 12 more damage. And then this attack is at advantage.
Yeah,
Nice,
no.
dude.
That'll also hit.
The hero.
Smashing into the creature again. It is barely standing.
Hey, Adam, you only took 1 point damage off the creature. Not
No, that
10.
was 10, believe it or not.
No, I know. All right, I got him on his heels.
Okay, Thorn.
Yeah, Thorn can't do shit. He's just gonna move in front of the door over here and protect the little mage. Actually, I guess he'll move in front of her. And he'll do his best to defend Saline so she can throw off our spells, but I guess he'll dodge and wait.
Okay, the bees. Miss and miss.
Nothing
Saline.
else.
All right, we are not gonna. We're gonna try not to let this thing. We're gonna try not to let this thing get another turn. Okay. So I am going to upcast magic missile at 3rd level, and moving wherever I have to do to see it, and hope to God I don't roll a 1 here.
Yeah, with Magic Missile, you can see it from there. You'll need to see a little bit of it.
Yeah. So I will. Magic missile is one of those ones that doesn't play nicely with upcasting, so I'll just click it at 1st level and I'll change the spell slots. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Where'd it go? There we are.
So that was 3rd
rolled a
level,
one.
so that's 5 times. That's 10 points of damage. This
Which is not
creature
enough, is
had 11 hit points.
God damn it.
No way.
Can I inspiration my damage roll? No. of course
Unfortunately not. All right, so you have damaged the creature badly, but it is still standing.
Of course it is. Well, good luck. Don't die, Tevard.
All right, the creature's turn. It is going to try to smash. Once on Tavern and once on Serena. Tavern, defensive roll, please. Yes, you managed to evade it. Serena, defensive roll, please. Serena, you get walloped for 31 points of magical bludgeoning damage. You are raging. We'll cut that down to 15. And then, Serena, it is your turn.
Thank God you showed up tonight, Libby. God,
No kidding, huh?
we would have been fucked.
Well, maybe you wouldn't come in here if I hadn't.
Oh, we would have.
I was going to say, we know the answer to that one.
Yeah. We were already coming.
A door?
Better touch it.
All right, so Serena, your turn. I'm presuming you're attacking. Oof, a fumble. Let's see that fumble.
Can I give her my inspiration?
If you wish, sure.
I do.
Okay, burn your inspiration by clicking it, and then we'll just have her re-roll that attack. All right, Serena, go ahead and post a new attack. That will miss.
Alright, I'll swing again.
That will also miss.
No, the
heck?
statue.
Pam's got it. If
I
nobody's
pointed
got
the
me,
creature.
Pam's got it.
God.
That's a 17 plus 2, 19. Also misses.
Dang it.
We got it. It's got
Uh,
one
This
hit
guy,
point. Come on,
right
guys.
here.
She spits on him.
All right, top of round 3. Now it has a special ability that activates at top of round 3. I'm just kidding. Dean, go
Oh
ahead.
my god.
I didn't believe him for a second.
15. I'm gonna say get out of my head.
That'll
Nice.
connect, and that's going to do it. All right, so as the first tentacle smashes out at the creature, because this creature has a special death effect, we're not going to have it do the death save, but instead what you notice is all of the eyes on this creature suddenly open at once, and a deafening bellow is heard. It says for miles, in fact, but you wouldn't be able to tell that. Just super, super loud. A blinding burst of light shines from the body. When the light and noise stop, hundreds of perfectly preserved eyeballs are left on the ground, still warm and fresh and without scars or damage. Thin beams of arcane energy connecting the eyes to their owners might be able to be detected by those who know of such things. Yeah,
Wow.
that creature is gone.
Cool.
We can give the orc his eyes back, you guys.
Yeah, he doesn't need them.
He doesn't need them
Damn.
anymore.
Damn, we
Yay.
could have regained his trust like that, man. Oof.
And if it is not otherwise guessed, the door is suddenly a real normal door.
Oh my god.
I know this might sound nasty, but do we want to collect these eyeballs in case we can bring them to like some sort of archmage or something?
Or to the guy without eyeballs? Yes,
No,
absolutely.
not to that guy. He doesn't need it, but maybe there's some other people, right? I don't know.
I'll gather him.
Fill up a bag.
Adam,
take
is
a
it
Oh,
guess.
possible
actually,
to see?
sorry. One thing, guys.
Go ahead.
One thing I forgot to mention as well is as this creature explodes into a pile of eyeballs, all of the eyeballs are lying upon what looks to be a robe.
Ooh.
Is it a monk robe?
Why'd you sound like Scooby Doo?
Hmm?
I'm gonna touch the rope.
The robe feels the robe feels like it is of a very nice quality, but is currently covered with eyeballs.
I'm going to pick up the
Ruh-roh.
eyeballs and put it in my pouch. If I can.
Ian?
How many?
Dean, you notice that some of the eyeballs won't scoop off the robe. Some of them do,
What?
but some of them stay there almost like they're embedded in the robe.
Oh man.
Oh, I'm gonna take the rope.
Seems like a
I'm gonna
bad idea.
lift up the rope, and what? Do the eyeballs stay attached to the rope?
Some of them do indeed.
Can I put the robe on?
If you wish.
I do. This guy was in my head. I want his freaking robe.
Take his clothes.
Yes.
I'm him now.
Okay, you are currently wearing this very odd looking robe.
How do I look?
Dude, out of character, if this is what I think it is, dude, it's fucking sick.
You look like you hunger eyeball.
I was just punching in case he turned into a giant statue.
It's really cool.
Nah, we killed him. Bees, follow. Wow, my dog's going crazy. I say, bees, follow me.
Bzzz.
Excellent bee noise. Is everyone okay? Oh, we're just opening the door. Okay.
Hey, Adam, I'm gonna put in my character sheet that I picked up those eyeballs. I don't know. I'll just write it in.
Yes, if you're
You
the
want me to
only
close
one
it?
if you're the only one that took some, that's totally fine. This is hundreds of perfectly preserved eyeballs. So if you want to take all of them, put down hundreds of eyeballs.
Oh my god. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
because we're only looking for 2, right?
Well, we
Oh,
don't
he's
need him
dead.
anymore. He's dead.
Bring
Yeah,
all
he's
of
dead.
them.
There may be others that this guy stole their eyes.
While I'm up here, Adam, can I run my hand along the wall on this side, like Tavar did on the bottom side, and see if I can find any kind of door or secret stone or button or words or anything on the walls or anything like that?
Sure, yeah. Now that you're not in any kind of imminent harm, go ahead and throw me a blind check as you spend a few minutes up here searching around looking for anything of interest.
While he's doing that,
Um,
may I make a blind check to try to identify the creature and
You can, yes.
determine how close Tavard was to really having a bad day?
Surprisingly, Saline, you have no idea what this creature is.
It wasn't in any of the books. It's not my fault.
I'm going to use a luck point on my roll, Adam. I think I've got to call it out, right?
You do, yep. And then I'll go ahead and give you advantage. So I go
So
ahead and click your luck ahead of time and then just do your roll.
I like to take that roll, please.
All right, you search carefully up in this area, spending a few minutes. The wall is perfectly smooth. You find no traces of any kind of bumps or ridges or anything. The craftsmanship here is very strange, but no secrets, no hidden panels, nothing like that.
And a ceiling at all, Adam, or is it just cylindrical?
There is a ceiling, yes, but it's shaped just like this. So there's a tower at the 25-foot mark. It ends, which is like the ceiling inside, and it has the same look to it as the walls do.
Is the room still pristine after the creature died, or has it?
It looks the same, yeah. You guys opened the door briefly, so maybe slight bit of dust or something was like right at the entrance. But other than
We
that,
were able to open the door?
yeah, I think I saw somebody go up there and open it already. And yes, it is certainly openable. It's
Saline.
not a handle. You literally just push it open.
Saline pushes it open and moves out immediately. He's
All
gone.
right, fair enough.
Wait, Celine, hold up. You look at this robe and I don't know. You could here. I'll take it off and hand it to you. Do you want to identify it?
If you give me 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I think some of the others will probably want to catch their breath after
No,
all
they're
that.
they're busy looking at those pillars and things on the ground.
So sure. I will begin the casting of Identify.
Okay. That'll take 10 minutes then as a ritual. Is there anything anybody else would like to do during this time? You guys are kind of starting to exit that immediate or inner chamber. You can see the rest of the expedition is still kind of chatting about. You don't think that they heard even anything that was going on inside. They don't seem surprised, except when they suddenly see swarms of bees, and they're like, ah!
They're with me.
Diwali, inside there's some creature, golem creature. When we killed it, a bunch of eyeballs fell all over the place. You should check out this room, though.
You see he has almost like a disgusted look on his face as he looks up. Oh, eyeballs! What?
Yeah, they're right over here. She
I'll
says that she's
move.
identifying
Oh,
the room.
I didn't mean to shut the door. I'll shut him in there. All right, everybody. I'm leader of this expedition now. Just kidding.
He does enter, and you hear him like kind of musing as he says things, and then you hear, "Oi!" And you hear like one after another, almost like lemmings. A lot of the other ones kind of come on in. And they're just kind of looking around and feeling the wall and, making comments to one another. This goes on for at least 10 minutes or so. And yes, Saline, you are able to identify this. It is what is known as a robe of eyes.
I mean, I could have told you that. But what's it do?
They let you see stuff.
Kidding. Lamau.
This
really
is the effect of the
Cool magic
robe.
item. It's a very cool magic item.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Got true
Yeah, I
sight
got a new
essentially out
clubhouse.
to 120 feet. It's pretty dope.
It's not true sight. That's a very specific
Essentially.
mechanical thing. Well,
I said essentially.
Well, I want to say essentially no, because true sight is a very powerful effect, so it's not true sight.
Close. I mean, it's a very it's very perceptive helping robe. It's cool.
Yes, those statements are correct.
Yeah.
So, so I think of the party. Brian always does. So one of the things is dark vision. DN always has to cast dark vision. That would be advantage. But does anyone argue if they should have it? I'm totally fine to give it up to whoever thinks to be most useful in the party.
I think whoever needs dark vision, that's critical as well. I agree with that.
I think it's best on you just to save the spell slots. There is an argument that Savard could take it because he's like our scout and it gives him 120 feet.
Yeah.
So he could, for example, see the orcs way before they see us. But overall, I think it's better on you just to save the spell slots.
I agree.
And if you
I
cast light
think
spell on
this-
a robe, Celine, is that the daylight spells cast?
No, so a light spell cast on the robe or a daylight spell cast anywhere within 5 feet of you would blind you. So I just have to not cast the light spell on your robe.
Right. So the two important things there, the two last paragraphs, even if you close your eyes, you're not considered to be closing your eyes, which means if you were to see like a Medusa or something and you were to say, oh, I blocked my eyes, if you're wearing the robe, you can't do that. You're always seeing, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then that last one is, right, if somebody sees you with this robe of eyes and recognizes it, they could say, oh, let's try to, let's blind him. Let's cast the spell. You'll notice there you're just auto-blinded. And then you get a chance to shake it off at the end of each of your turns. But there's no save to resist the initial blind.
I give it to Sarita. Here, no, you take it. No, or Celine. No.
I mean, it's a very, very powerful, great item. And to sort of kind of keep it in balance, they added those two things to it that makes you think a little bit.
It's cool, yeah. And the fact that you can see on the ethereal plane is pretty cool too.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll take it. I think the only one I was thinking of was Tavard. But
I do think there's value in me having it, but not enough. You know what I'm saying? So thanks for thinking of that, but I do think it brings you more value.
We never wander that far away from each other.
Except for all the times that we did.
Yeah, I never wander far away from you guys.
Except for when Tavard goes to find
that
a
one time. That
wife.
one time he got cursed by that Shadow Lord. Yeah, that
never happened.
All right, guys. So it sounds like this item is going to DN then.
Yep, he's got tentacles and a robe full of eyes. He is not a very
halfway
charismatic
there.
fellow.
All right, so with that decided, guys, we are at the end of our session time. We find ourselves still down in this lower tunnel. Give me an idea of what your next plan is. I'm assuming you're checking out the rest of here. Am I being presumptuous to think you're going to check out the other hole?
Unless the heat seems like especially dangerous, like we just it's like 80 degrees down here, and they said it was hotter, even hotter down there, right?
Actually, let me do this real quick. This won't take too long. I'm going to assume you guys head there and just kind of scope it out, and I'm even going to drop you. You're not going to actually descend, but I'm going to show you what you're going to see should you look down there. Okay, so I'm gonna move all of you guys just momentarily.
And Adam, I would be all for taking a short rest as well, just to let you know if the party will allow me to do that.
Thorn does not argue with that in the slightest.
All right, so if you're at the top of the hole looking down, this is literally what you see. So like right from down, if you were to try to drop a rope, this is where you would be landing, somewhere in this area. Obviously, you're seeing lava. You are seeing a couple of paths that break off, though. Is this something that you guys are interested in trying to climb down here? And the heat is very intense here, of course, because you're right above lava. Are you planning to go this way, or do you want to go back and take the other route?
I foresee someone falling into the lava. I'm not going to say who. It might be someone who is incapable of climbing. It seems like a bad idea.
Yeah, so let's do it.
I vote no. I vote turn around.
Thorn offers to let you ride on his back as he carries both of you down.
Hey, Adam, how far down is the from the hole down to the bottom there?
This one's quite a bit farther down. It's about 80 feet to the bridge that I have your tokens on at the moment.
Fucking no.
I love it. I love it.
Don't you
right
dare,
away,
Dylan.
right to begin this session. Immediate risk.
Haven't you always wanted to see the center of the earth?
Yes.
No,
yes.
I see
Libby
it just
knows.
fine from up here.
That's what Google's for.
Look, you made it down that tree that one time perfect, and you were worried about
This
that
is a
thing.
little different.
Not that much. You're fine. Lava doesn't even do that much damage.
How are we getting back up an 80-foot? We're just gonna free climb it?
We'll have to find another way out.
Didn't you go to adventure school? Didn't they have a free rope climb?
So I know we're a
I
little bit
mean-
after hours here. I just want looking for a group consensus. Are you guys planning to head this way or head back up? Remember, you'll have to figure out how to get back up since you took all the ropes down, but that's certainly much more manageable being only 20 feet, not being lava, right? So if you're going that way, that's certainly reasonable. If you're wanting to go this way, you certainly can. I just want to be prepped because, I don't want to have a whole thing designed for you guys and you go, oh, we're not going there.
I do not want to do this.
I mean, we can always come back to it first of all, but
We have 3 votes for yes, but
I'm a
Serena
yes.
definitely is gonna
I'm a yes.
not force Celine to go, if she wants to use her veto.
There is
So-
also the consideration that we have 9 non-combatants. Are we just gonna leave them up top? And because if there's another way out, then they're not gonna be able to be with us. And
So are you wanting
orcs
to
could
go
come
the
down,
way
a
of
lot of stuff
the,
could happen.
Are you wanting to go? Yeah, but I mean, we got to adventure sometime, right? So
There's plenty of other tunnels to go that doesn't involve an 80-foot drop into lava.
yeah.
Yeah, but one of them
I'm
means
gonna
we gotta
change
fight a bunch of
Serena's-
orcs.
Yeah, which Serena thinks that sounds exciting too, so she's really on the fence.
You guys
All
are
right,
leaving me in suspense here.
So I'm gonna say an 80-foot drop into lava. I think we should. Fuck. I don't know how we're gonna get down there and back up. Like that, even Misty Step, it's beyond that. So this is a serious commitment. I vote no. I don't think we're able to.
So since you guys are so mixed, here's what I'm going to say. You're going to stay here. You're going to do a short rest. My expectation is you're not going to go down there next session. That doesn't mean you can't ever go down there, but I'm assuming you're not going to go down there next session. If you decide you do want to go down there, that would have to be the session after. You guys would have to let me know and say, yeah, we want to go down there, and then we'll have that ready to go for you. How does that sound?
Yeah.
Fair.
If it makes
Yeah,
you
we
feel
should
better,
stay
the
with
next
our
time I
group.
level up, I will learn fly, and then we don't have to worry about it. And we don't have to climb.
We can go everywhere.
All right, so that'll be the plan then. So my assumption is you guys will take a short rest. You'll try to get back up to the upper level, figure out where to go from there. You have either to go towards the orcs or there's a whole nother tunnel that Alice found that goes quite far, and who knows how many different branches off that goes. So potentially a lot of other areas to explore. So yeah, good session, everybody. Glad you're able to join us, Libby. Hope everybody had a great time, and we'll see you all next week.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Have a
Enjoy
good
the
week, everybody.
Yep. Bye.
All right, take care.